Forsaken Winds. Now continue your exploration into the depths beneath the mines of Mersenia, and more specifically within an old tomb of some Digensian order that revered the gold moon in their time.
You were right against the end of the movie.
You betcha. Oh, it's in the recap there too, but yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Um, according to your ally, ex-Queen Alaya, past this structure beneath the ground lies an old escape tunnel connected to a barracks fort that used to be some keep of nobility within the walls of Mersenia, where your allies are imprisoned currently by Durast. Your additional allies, the United Kin Army, holy cards floating around the screen. Your allies are besieging the city overhead, and you've begun to make your way through this tomb's threats, whether bestial, mechanical, magical, and you've just unlocked another way forward. However, you must now make a decision as to whether to proceed up the stairs to the left or down the staircase to your right. The stone walls toward the left reflect a familiar flickering golden torchlight ahead, while the golden light descending into the depths to the right appears more constant, more stable light. How do you guys proceed? Where would you like to go?
Jump into the map.
Left or right?
Before we go anywhere, Roulette would have run back and grabbed one of the torches, just to have it from one of the other rooms.
Okay.
Jerry, just a quick thing. Can you shoot some water over here? And I'm just gonna like point to a corner on the floor.
Hydro pump. I blast it.
And while the puddle is there, I want to just take the torch over to it just to see if the water reacts similarly to the other pooled water.
It definitely reflects very brightly the golden flame from the torch you're holding. Do you touch it to the water?
Yeah, I'm gonna like put it down in the puddle.
Okay. As the flame sort of submerges into like a very thin layer of water, nothing seems to happen to the torch or the water.
The torch is not working anymore.
I'll sprint back and just dip it in a pool, one of the side pools. Does it still do the gold thing?
It does.
I think it's something specific with the water in here, or the pools themselves, or it's something local to the pools themselves. I'm not sure what it does.
Although just moments before, though, I believe it was Jiri who filled the basin of the relief in the ground with water, and then when the flame was submerged by, I believe, Toby Rama toward the end of the last session, that did glow golden, turning the liquid to golden coloration, and then suffusing through the ground in little grooves and capillary action style, forcing its way up into the relief of the door. And that was seemingly the water just conjured by the decanter.
My brain's running too much.
So is maybe it only good in that room?
It might be something to do with the container in which it's held. Like the basin here and the basins back there. Don't know exactly what it would have done.
So we need to choose which way to go forward.
Yes, the doors in front of you have sort of disintegrated into dust, similar to some of the magically unlocked doors in this tomb so far. And yeah, there's sort of a landing, a wide, maybe 10-foot forward by 20-foot wide landing, and the left staircase descends upward and disappears beyond sight, and the bottom does the same, disappearing downward.
I feel like I think
because up would be like out of this place. Down might be to loot and treasure.
At some that I wholeheartedly agree with. At some point, I know we need to emerge back up into town. DM, can I geographically check? Like, do I think we've moved far enough in to be under Mersenia?
Go ahead and make a nature check. With an 11, you're not sure of if you were tracking your movement on a map to indicate your progression through the subterranean depths of this place. You're not sure whether you're near Mersenia, just on the outskirts of the wall, inside the wall. You're not exactly sure. And one thing that's addling your mind here is the nature of the winding tunnels of the mines. There could be any number of winding tunnels that does not align with like an intuitive geographical guess. So that's sort of part of your variable consideration that leads you to a non-satisfying answer.
Could I have helped Rowette, given that like I can kind of see her like puzzled by where I may be?
Potentially, how are you helping?
Can I inspect the rock?
Oh,
I would say if you're doing something like that, I would want it to be your own check, maybe, rather than her check.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and inspect the rock, and you can make a, I'll say, survival or nature check.
Chris, real quick, are there roots, or is it just like a rock? Do we see like any
Go
like?
ahead and make
fall?
go ahead and make a perception check, Jiri.
What kind of check can I make?
He says to the ether.
No one ever asks me.
Telperion, roll an insight check for me, please.
Got it. +0, a 12.
Ooh.
Jiri, you've been in subterranean depths to some degree before in that citadel at the Barrens, and you know how prevalent roots were in that area. You have probably kept an eye out curiously to see if this is anything like that. There do not appear to be any version of roots throughout this entire space that you've progressed through so far.
No plans for you to talk to, Rome.
Rome, as you inspect the stonework, you can tell that whoever established and built this strange place deep beneath the ground seemed to give great reverence to the earth from which these cavern walls and stuff were hewn. There's very little indication of like exported tiles brought into this place and like decorating. It's very much chiseled and carved and etched from the earth, this place. However, I would say that indicates to you it is, although giving reverence to the earth, it doesn't indicate your position within the earth relative to Mersenia's walls necessarily. Telperion, how was your insight check?
Oh, a 12.
You start, a couple of your friends are like looking around and doing stuff, and you get a little uncomfortable and awkward thinking, am I supposed to be doing something?
You take
I'm
1
not,
point.
I'm not really contributing to the team effort. Do they even need me anymore?
Palling around with Toby. Toby, don't you sometimes feel like you're not helping?
No, not
Jesus.
really. No, definitely not.
Very wise of you.
I mean,
The only way we gotta go forward, right? The
We're
only way to
both-
find out is to go see for ourselves, I suppose.
I was thinking we should check up the stairs because that's likely not the way we're going to go for very long. It might be one of those things where like we find a little outpost and then we know it's the way, you know, just like go up like 2 flights of stairs or something and then make sure.
at the risk of getting locked up there, would you mind sending Loaf to float up?
Happily. And I launch the loaf up at the stairs and then I
Launch the loaf.
go in his vision.
Oh shit! How did I do that? Oh.
Actually, I don't think I had resummoned him, so I say happily and then resummon him as I fling him.
Telperion alone. I will put you to this next map then. Oh, actually, before I do
Chance
that,
look.
and I'll just put Telperion on the map just so you have visibility for stuff. But as you send Loaf up to scout up ahead on the upper path, this is the area you see up ahead of you. As Loaf sort of flitters up the stairs, they seem to widen into two parallel sets continuing upward, and before the long they give way to this long chamber with more torches of golden flame set into the walls, as well as additional moats of water set into the ground on each side. There appears to be a small door on either side of this chamber on your left and right, as well as a wider door ahead. All are closed and engraved with various iconography typical of the structure's interior.
And can I see this?
Yeah, as Loaf gets closer and you're looking through his eyes, you just see like what looks like a very slow moving vortex of like particulate magic just floating in space. And as you get closer, it looks like it's specifically sand that is sort of reflecting the golden light nearby and of this corridor chamber. And it just looks like magically suspended, like a slow moving vortex of sand, glittering golden sand in front of the doors.
All right, I'm gonna have him book it back to me, and we'll end here. But then I'll just say, all right, I was wrong. It wasn't just like some exit. It's interesting up there.
All right, hop zooms.
I mean, I think regardless of which direction we pick, it's going to be interesting either way.
There's 3 doors specifically.
I mean, it's good to know that there's not enemies waiting up there for us. But if we're voting, I'm voting deeper down, see what we find.
Oh, I agree. Let's head downward. It's where all the loot's got to be. Think
There
about
was-
the Hyperion.
There was a magic portal up there, for the record. Like, there was like some weird sand in a golden ring magically vibrating.
So, like a trap?
That's what when I say it's interesting. It's a big corridor, and then there's doors on either side, and theoretically they kind of be so behind the one we just came up and then up, and then at the very far end there's a door with a golden ring in front of it.
I'd say keep note of that. We'll remember that when we eventually come back up this way. But I'd say we go down deeper.
All right, downward it is. Let's go.
All right, group in agreement, moving downward. As you progress down this path, the staircase grows narrower toward the bottom, and Shaggy is forced to squeeze a bit before it begins to open to a small square chamber. And I would like everyone to please make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Yes.
For sure, dude. For sure.
Oh, you get fear.
Am I interested in doing something?
Oh wow, wow, group.
Yeah, I do feel I'm gonna use a luck point. Use my luck
Okay.
points for the day.
Your 1 luck point for the day.
Maybe I've already used 2.
Okay. All of you, as you begin climbing down these stairs and pushing onward, it starts to set in that this has been a long day. You guys have woken up early. You marched with your army, assaulted the outside walls of Mersenia at night, and your bodies are telling you and indicating you probably need to rest. You guys are undergoing right now a forced march, and could suffer exhaustion over time as you continue to push hours past midnight in this area. As of now, none of you are beset by exhaustion.
Because we all beat 10.
But it does appear that that endeavor might get harder and harder to push past in the duration until a long rest is facilitatable. Definitely a word. But for now, you guys come to this space here. This small square chamber seems to show a collapse of rubble and debris occupying the right side of the room from where you emerge, and a corridor entrance across from you that continues onward. All that appears to be in this specific chamber is an old stone statue in some sort of abstract form of perhaps a dragonborn, though it is different from the ones elsewise in this tomb as it does not go full to ceiling. And it is sort of faced away from you. There's also a hole in the ceiling of this space from which a strange and beautiful golden light shines down onto the stone floor and is therefore likely the source of that stable and constant, consistent golden light you saw reflecting up the walls of the stairway. Telperion?
Oh, I was also just stretching. But I do think, actually, upon seeing this, this gives the sense that if this would be where we're going into the tomb area, we think, transitioning away from the temple. This would likely, I think this might be a point of no return. Would you want to just go see if that was upstairs was the last part of that temple, we could puzzle through. Also, if it's safe up there, we could think about, do we have time to actually rest? I don't know the timeline of our mission here.
I don't think so.
Then maybe we need to just move on.
Yeah, I think we got to come back for that. I think that's the way out. We'll figure that out after we figure out what's down here.
But actually, is that the way out? Like,
We won't know until we explore farther down this way.
I want to go back to like thinking of our mission overall. Are we even trying to think of an out point? We're supposed to be going to our forces, finding a way to arm them, and then like making an army come out. We don't actually.
We're the whole goal is to get into Mersenia.
Yeah, so we actually, as we're going, we don't need to worry about coming back this way per se.
We don't know.
That seems intuitive, like that might not be required depending on how variables shake out above. You also would know that those in command of the army that would have beset you with this goal would have indicated some version of be effective and efficient with your time. But, you know, sieges can last long times. If they need to buy time, putting pressure on the outside of the battle to avail you of the opportunity to get inside, you don't think there's a 8-hour, 24-hour time limit necessarily, but you want to be effective with your time so that variables on the surface don't change away from your favor. But Roulette, as you sort of skirt over to that area, you can see what looks like a corridor opening up into another chamber ahead.
Can I just dip my hand into this golden light that's shining down?
Yeah, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
So dark.
That is a success. You immediately pull it back reflexively as it has just begun to sear your arm with 7 points of radiant damage done to you.
Stay away from the light. Stay away from the light, please.
What's it coming out of?
Ooh.
Seems to be some sort of cracked hole in the ceiling of this stone structure.
Can I try and like move my like hand vines like underneath the light and see if that like just vitalizes me?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I knew it's meant to hear 4d8 roll again.
You do succeed and immediately get the sensation that this is no nourishing sunlight and rather is intentionally brilliantly radiant, potent magic, and you take 9 points of radiant damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
How high did you say the ceiling was?
Probably
Like,
10 feet or so in this small chamber.
I'm gonna hang on a second. I'm only gonna do this for a second, guys. I'm gonna light my darkness candle and replicating the darkness spell and see if I can put out the light with that. So I'll light it and then snuff it out.
As you light it, immediately all of you are cast, whoever's in the radius, are cast into pitch black magical darkness that you can see through, as well as an ally if you're choosing, if you wish. But in the middle, penetrating this darkness, is a column of radiant light hitting the ground, and you do suspect it is higher level magic than the level of your darkness spell.
Jiri, can you see through the walls? Can you still do that trick?
Ooh, did we take a short rest?
No, not since you did that the first time. Or did you not? No, we did that before going into the flood rooms.
Then no. We took another short rest, but we're gonna get tired quickly.
Christopher, what is this? What else is in the room? Was that the statue you said?
Yeah, so that seems to be a statue. It's sort of faced away from you guys, angled toward the corner, but you can just tell at a glance that it's sort of like an abstract form of like a draconic looking figure, dragonborn-esque, like dragon head, but somewhat humanoid with a tail wrapping around the base. Do you want to take a closer look at it?
Sure. That since I'm wearing dragon-based plate, I will. Yeah, I'll take a quick look at it.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic.
Okay, you're welcome to begin that endeavor. 26. You take a look at it, and you can tell that the way this statue is created and the slight lessened dust settled to the right of it, this statue can be shifted and rotated, and on the other side, facing away from you guys, is a very polished portion of the statue that could certainly redirect light.
Like reflect the light?
Yeah.
I'm hearing the theme song from Wind Waker, the temple playing right now.
Toby, does your torch like counteract your like darkness spell? You know that magic torch you have?
It is a higher level of magic, so it would be able to not be put out by my candle.
And do they have the same range?
That's a great question.
Torch is probably 20-40. I forget what darkness is. I think darkness is just a 10-foot radius.
Yes.
Equivalent in brightness to a torch.
So I think the torch's radius of illumination is greater than the orb of darkness.
Yeah.
Dang. I was imagining you being in the middle with torch and then having like a
That would be cool.
ring of darkness
that you
around the
guys could
outside.
all see inside of, but you're walking around in an opaque shell of black. That's really cool. But
Everyone kind of stay away from that light and just be careful of any like reflective surfaces, because that shit's gonna hurt if you stand in its way. So next room.
All right, let's keep going. We can't waste any time.
Who's moving through this corridor first? Give me a marching order, generally.
I was gonna go first.
I will go right behind him, and I am 6 inches off the floor.
Okay.
I will bring up the rear.
Okay.
And then Rome, do you want to go next, and then I'll be after you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna poke my head in this room before I step. This is where my head is. I'm leaning in.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah,
not
you
my
lean
feet.
in and you assess the situation, and there seem to be, again, many cracked bits of floor, cracked stonework walls, ceilings, etc. There appear to be some wooden benches with mummified remains, skeletal on that center one, some sort of mummified remains on this one. You see that 2 more statues of that same draconic shape form, and at this vantage point you can more clearly tell that portions of them are polished and mirrored. You can also see another entrance or corridor available off in the distance.
Have we, and I'll start carefully walking in the room, have we at any point triggered a floor trap in this place?
Not yet.
All right.
I don't know that we have.
The only trap was turning the door key the wrong way and flooding the room.
I will say, pausing everyone's movement here, Roulette, you're above the ground. Jiri, you're on your carpet above the ground. Rome, where you've positioned yourself, as you're drawn toward the edge of this wall and kind of look at the sort of inlaid etched motifs of faded murals here, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Thanks.
So fast.
Ooh.
Not so fast.
You are able to immediately, and I'm going to move you for second, Jiri and Co. You are able to immediately jump back to the space you were on previously as the floor beneath you began to crack and portions of like 2-inch thick stone crumble and fall. And you see the indication that this seems to be the case in a couple places throughout this space as portions of the floor have fallen in, and a full second after the fall, you hear the impact beneath, indicating maybe a 20-foot drop or so.
Question. Can I have when I sensed that, could I have casted spider climb and instead gone up the wall as opposed to like the other way?
I would say no. You can choose to do that at this time now if you would like, but not reactionarily during the course of a saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna spider climb now after that occurred, along the side of the walls and inspect the walls and ceiling.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check, or you could make a nature check.
Nature.
What does
Whoever-
spider realm look like?
No, but I'm not as a spider. I'm just climbing.
No, but like, do you like make
But yeah, what
vines?
does it look like when you cast this spell? Paint us a word
Oh,
picture.
I
of
like
it.
grow more like arms, but they're not really arms. They're they look like spider legs.
Like Doc Ock? Like
yeah, similar to that.
I'm picturing
Very
Ming
cool.
Hua from Legend of Korra with the
Yes.
arms. Like, I feel like you don't have legs in this moment. Like, you just are made of like your tender.
Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, tentacles.
So you are inspecting. You get the sense very quickly that it's hard to discern what is true stone versus what might be false stone or stone that has been modified. Whoever made these potential traps was very skillful in doing so. And with your high level of perception, as you pass the trap that you fell into, you can see that 20 feet down are jagged upward wooden spikes set into the ground.
Ooh.
Did you say that there was text along the sides of the wall, or did I mishear you?
Kind of just, not text specifically, but sort of inlaid, etched into the stone, like reliefs of patterns and drawings, but nothing that seems overtly comprehensible right now. This space has sort of given way to time more than some of the murals and stuff upstairs.
Got it. Okay.
Kobe, hop up on Shaggy so you don't fall.
Critter, I will go to. I'll go to
grab
each.
Kobe, and I put him on Shaggy.
I'm gonna go to each of the exposed holes in the ground, and I'm gonna drop just a lit pebble in each of them, just to confirm that it's like the same trap in each spot.
It does appear to be, and walking over this one specifically, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Here, Jiri, I've got an idea.
Wah!
You can tell that there's something other than spikes down there, but you can't quite catch what it is.
See any bodies down there?
I bet it's a body. There's definitely spikes down there. I mean, it's not like a secret passage down there or anything, but
Is there anything heavy in the room nearby? Like 50 pounds?
Wooden tables are probably not quite 50 pounds. Statues appear to be much heavier, likely, than 50 pounds.
I'll just,
Rama, are you
Are there
on the
any-
carpet with Jiri, did we say? Okay.
Are there any loose bricks along the walls?
Not
that I
that you can
throw?
find. There doesn't seem to be a lot of masonry brickwork here or stone blocks. It's mostly hewn directly from the stone here.
Here, Jiri, I've got an idea.
Okay, what?
Let's fly across the whole room, and I'll tap my foot, periodically, and we'll see if we can find any others. And then I can just hold on to Shaggy so I don't fall.
I'll start.
Here, I'll give you my sword. You can smack it with my sword.
So like,
Don't we just need to path through the room?
I mean, it's if we're gonna be coming back this way, it'd be good to know what, or if something's pop up. I'll start in the opposite corner from where Jiri and Toby are. Everyone kind of just stay where you are for a
dowsing.
second. And I'm gonna go like spot every 5 foot spot by spot, and I'm just gonna press the button on my flail to like drop the head of it.
Wait, can I ask you to do these three first, because I want to get that table, and then I want to hold the table and go to the corridor, and I want to bang on the tile in front of me as I walk to like check that they're safe with the
Use your
table.
sword.
I want to hit it with this heavy, long, reachy table. I guess I could take no. The table's funnier to think about.
Okay, I will.
I could use a glaive, but this is fun.
I will get these three over here first, and I will methodically 6 inches off the ground drop my flail head to see if I can
Okay.
break.
When
the
you
ground.
say these three, you mean these 3 squares in front of Telperion?
Sure, I think that's what he was. Wherever he was asking.
Yeah, I just wanted a path to the table to be cleared.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Roulette, to Toby Rama, you begin to make your sweep with Jiri tapping on the ground. Can you describe for me what you're doing in that investigative effort?
yeah, so we fly like this, and then like this.
Sure, so you're serpentining through the room, but how are you checking each space?
Jiri hands me his sword, and I'm gonna press down forcefully every 5 feet or so.
Okay. Roulette and Toby and Telperion, make a strength check, each of you. And indicate to me the strength where the strength check is applied. What tile that is applied.
Ooh, boy.
I'm doing the ones right in front of Telperion. Like these 3 are my first 3 that I'm going for.
Yeah. All right. All of you but Roulette, surprisingly. Roulette, relying less on your brute strength and more just the mechanical ejection force of your flail, you don't seem to see any crack or break in those tiles. Toby Rama, show me the tile you are investigating first.
I mean, I'm gonna do like 100 of them, but I guess this one first.
Okay. Does not seem to break. And you trace back the line of your serpentine pattern, and this is the first one that appears to break in your path. Telperion, show me the tile you're trying to break first.
I'm gonna go like in this way, this order.
I think you indicated the exact same order Toby Rama was, unless I...
That was
Well,
Jiri's
here.
light blue. Telperion was marking down here the path into
Oh.
the next room.
Gotcha. Telperion slamming the floor with that wooden table that you're able to get. You don't detect any cracking of the floor.
I think we're good to leave this way.
And Toby Rama, with a couple more instances,
Whoa.
you get about that
Oh.
far. You get about that far with a minute of effort or so.
Ooh. Toby, you take it from here. And I'm gonna hop off on one of the ones that we checked. And I'm gonna start filling the hole with water.
Okay. You're welcome to. Let's put you here specifically for now, and we'll say you can fill this one with water. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, since you're interacting with that space. Okay. You can definitely tell, like Telperion and Roulette may have suggested, there seems to be a body in there. You're not sure what it looks like, what it may be containing down there, but you are starting to flood that chamber for sure.
I'm gonna float it up to the surface, guys.
So we have time to fill this dirty murder hole with water, but not go check for treasure upstairs.
There could be loot on this body.
There was probably loot in the treasure chamber.
And we'll get that loot after we get the body loot.
And these do seem to be individual walled off portions of these drops, so it's not like one connected space underneath. So if you're willing to spend like 10 minutes or so, Jiri, maybe it's
How
not
mu-
that much. But with a
Nah.
hydro pump,
5x5.
a couple minutes, because it's still a 20-foot cylinder top. So like a couple minutes of flow will slowly, a buoyant body comes to the surface for sure.
All right. Help me run. Help me grab this thing.
I help you scoop the body. This is disgusting, actually.
All
What's
right.
it look like?
With that chamber filled and the body pulled over to this spot, or we'll say this spot, you begin to pull it to that other spot, and you feel the floor immediately crack and begin to break and fall. So then you redirect where you pulled it to. It appears to be a dead drow elf. Dark jet black hair, very long, sort of to the waist. Male, tied in some very elvish braids toward the back. Seems to be an adventurer, very distinctly. Go ahead and make an investigation check to see what he's got on him, assess his clothing, etc.
Can I help?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and either roll yourself or give Jiri advantage, whatever you
I'm gonna
want.
roll myself. Oh, shit.
Ooh, snap.
18.
Nice. Both of you rather adept in your search pat down of this individual. You see a gold pouch on him, a little side purse. You see a potion of healing attached
What?
to his belt.
What?
A small vial of poison on his belt. A scimitar affixed to his side, and floating a little bit in the water beneath, somewhat buoyant because of whatever's inside it. You see a glint of glass just submerged in the liquid, maybe 5 feet deep.
Jerry, your instincts were on point.
I stick bubble head underneath the water, which is still active, and I will retrieve. Actually, and while I do this, I still have the torch in my hand. I bring the torch underwater to like get a good look. Does the water turn gold?
It does not appear to turn gold.
Oh, roulette is confounded.
We're not in the
But it does illuminate the depth rather vividly, and you can see how these wooden stakes have been somehow infused, attached, embedded into the stone ground beneath them, and have some bits of blood and pecked remains of some critters have probably removed that area of past victims of that trap, perhaps. But you're also able to get that small little vial you saw floating around in there, and it seems to go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Who's rolling? Oh,
I am.
is that the little bead thing that you were talking about?
The little tint of glass in the water seemed to be a small vial. It contains like a mixture of like this white chalky powdered dust, and it contains specifically 9 pinches of the stuff.
During the couple minutes it took him to fill that, I would have kept prodding along.
Yeah, sure. So where are you walking? Oh, you're still airbound with Jiri?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will.
Jiri hopped off. He's still on Shaggy.
Yeah, I'm on Shaggy working on this while they are.
But wait, that was 9
filling with
pinches.
Water.
9 pinches of white powder in a vial.
Gold pouch, potion of healing.
So
We'll leave it.
Poison.
Oh, vial poison.
And the scimitar.
Without venturing past the table and past additional tiles that you might have to hop over and risk yourself, those are additional tiles you're able to discern. I'll also go ahead and say these.
Okay, so once the light starts shining along its path, the only walkable path is through that light, so we need to be very careful.
Oh, so we do need to get the mirrors.
Toby, he caught up.
You know what? I've spoken that out loud yet.
I mean, we can keep. Let's check out this
Yeah,
next.
let's assume the trajectory of this one.
something like that. But the statues can also be pushed around and moved. So, Topiary, don't go in there just yet. I will start float walking in. Um, to the next room.
Okay. As you suspended a couple inches above ground level with your flying boots, continue into that chamber. You can see these couple of columns readily available. These columns, kind of similarly to some of the statues upstairs, are carved directly from the column. A shape is carved from them, and once more, these do appear to be thinner and smaller, but still 10 feet tall, jackal creatures formed from the shape of the stone columns they're hewn from.
Can I tell which way? I mean, can I see which way these jackals are facing?
Sure, yeah. They appear to each be facing inward.
Oh God.
In that
More
way.
withering magic.
They also appear to be clutching something, all of them. Their arms upright and folded, and it seems to be some sort of like vase or vessel shape that each of them is holding to their chest.
Ooh.
So we have to be on the path of the light, but we can't. We'd have to dive. That leads us through the jackals.
Yeah. Jiri, do me a favor. Can you, back in this room, see that mummy in the corner? Can you just shoot your water over on the floor over there?
Oh, you know I can.
Just drench as much of the floor as possible.
All right, super soaker time. Kind of arch it up.
Yeah,
So,
geyser activated.
Yeah.
And you drench that general vicinity of the space.
As I see the water pooling and moving around, can I see if it's seeping into any specific areas on the floor?
Go ahead and
faster than other spots.
Go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
Oh God, those are magic words to my ears. 24.
You do get the indication of some additional flow of water with a rather clever mechanical means of sussing out stuff. I'll go ahead and do this.
Jerry, I think this just might be a faster way to figure out what's a pitfall and what's not.
You know I love soaking things, so it works out for me.
No.
Jiri loves soaking.
Jesus. And then Critter, to like confirm this, I'm gonna take like several swings at one of those spots just to confirm that it's hey, what I'm seeing matches what I was expecting.
With a whip of your flail, you crack it, and with the second one, the force of it dislodges yet another tile. And we'll say this
you can pick,
space right here.
Okay. Jiri and Topirin, if you want to tag team this, Jiri, just start. Don't step too far in though into this room. These jackals are doing weird shit, I think. Actually, God, would Roulette step in front of them?
No, stop aging yourself.
Jiri, would you mind just laying out the welcome wet?
I'm on it. This thing's got 30 feet of range.
Yo, I'm following Jiri behind him along the walls.
So I start blasting.
So anyway,
All right.
start blasting.
Has Rome noticed through any like observation, like a high point, that like any of these tiles that are falling in have like a pattern to them, or like
I'm looking from above.
you know what I mean? Like from a high vantage point, is there any like tell that any of these blocks that are falling in like have something on them?
Have something on them, not specifically. I would say, based on the previous chamber and aligning with a mention that Toby had made, there does seem to be a direct path through that space to some degree. That indicates, yes, there's a pattern of an intended walkway in this space. So
but
you're
it's not
able
like
to use
obvious
some.
what that is.
Not necessarily. But if it's in line with statues, you do suspect moving straight forward in this new chamber is probably fine.
Stepping in, are the statues, do they have the same masks things that the upstairs ones had?
Smaller.
No, these are entirely stone, no wooden
Oh, okay.
ceremonial masks affixed
Oh.
to them. So they are inherently different from the statues above, but similar in the sense that it's still a jackal being given reverence to in this particular space.
Mm.
Roulette steps forward.
Yeah,
You
I'm
son
gonna
of a
keep
nerdy.
blasting a 30-foot line, kind of focusing this way.
Okay. As you do so, let me take care of something real quick.
Kind of like a back and forth.
Jerry's got his thumb on the end of the hose.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know what? You need to make a slip and slide, Jerry, through the
Oh my gosh, I have so many ideas now.
M for water.
slide.
We're gonna be slipping and sliding everywhere from now on.
All right, with a quick blast of your geyser, Jiri, you can see that there are pinhole cracks and there is enough flow of water movement where you can tell that those tiles so far are suspect. Roulette, as you move forward into the vision of both these individuals, you step forward and both of their eyes do glow golden, as does the small crevice opening of the vessel they are holding.
And I'm alive.
Nothing seems to happen other than the seemingly activation of something magical on those statues.
I step forward one more.
Okay. The glow dulls.
I think we've all kind
As
of.
a curiosity, are you still airborne a couple inches above ground, or are you choosing to be on the ground?
I am like 3 to 6 inches off the ground at all times right now.
That's what I assumed. Okay.
I don't know what these statues are doing, but if you're on the floor, Telperion, or
I'll be the only one.
Telperion, careful where you're stepping. I don't know if these things are a trap or if it's part of whatever this is, but I think the straight line between the rooms and the doors and these statues is the right way to go.
It's so trapped in here.
I'm gonna keep going forward.
Okay.
As
As
I
you
said-
enter this new line of jackals looking at each other, cradling their vessels, once more their eyes glow golden, as does the sort of from within. You can see it at the orifice of the top of this vessel, glows golden. Nothing happens.
Oh.
And I see this other statue at the end.
You do.
Statue?
This thing, the mirror statue, I'm gonna call it.
I think you can jump your strength score without sprinting, right? So
I believe you can jump half your strength score without a running start.
and then I'm at double, so I can jump
Yeah.
my strength score. Okay. Roulette, will you just touch down right on this one so I can decide if I'm gonna jump to it?
This one right here.
Yeah, the one right in between them.
Okay. I will touch down in between the glowing statues with the glowing eyes.
Okay. Telperion, if you're gonna go ahead and jump, just show me the space you land on.
I'm gonna right where Roulette is after she touches the ground to make sure it's not gonna cave in under her, since she has speed. Once she tests it, I'll jump into that. I'll vault to that spot.
Okay.
I'm touching down first.
You are touching down in the space you're currently shown in.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Pardon.
He's got to check his legend.
Roulette, as you touch down, billowing from the golden lit orifice of this vessel from each individual,
Not now, Shaggy.
sand begins to become ejected and overflow from the vessels magically, dipping into cracks and covering the floor and immediately swirling around in your space. I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
I want to check something really quick before I make this because I don't remember if I do it
Oh,
before.
this is all my fault. I could have just told you the space in front of them.
Is your reaction before you make a Constitution saving throw? I'm gonna give myself advantage on this using Inner Resolve or whatever the hell it's called. I think it's Inner Resolve. Yes, Inner Resolve. I will give myself advantage on this one as I'm having a panic attack. Yeah,
Okay.
good choice.
That is a success. So you are not blinded, but what you do see is emerging into your space immediately is, which I would like to pull to front, but it's not really letting me interact with it nicely. There we go. Is this seemingly conjured from the dust and forming into the solid stone-ish form of a jackal toward the upper torso, a primordial creature. Let's hop zooms.
It was fate. That thing is sick.
And it is going to immediately roll initiative, which it rolls poorly. Everyone who's in sight of this thing can roll initiative as well.
I have loaf.
You betcha.
Son of a bitch, Roulette.
Ooh, Critter, do I get advantage on an attack if I roll a natural 20 on my initiative?
Oh, yeah, absolutely you do.
Love it.
It is currently occupying your space, by the way. A whirlwind of sandstorm around you, threatening to blind you, threatening to damage you. You are immediately being buffeted by painful and disorienting sand, but so far it hasn't specifically injured you, but sort of hovering above you, becoming more solid stone, that form of that jackal. All right, let's sort. Telperion, watching Roulette and knowing she was going to do something, since it is the top of initiative, you can make your tactician choice real quick.
I will snap myself before her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to shove her.
Ooh,
No, that's
cool.
not. To shove you one forward.
Okay. Roulette, do you choose to fail that save?
I will fail it, and I will instinctively stumble up 2 inches off the ground, if that's allowed.
Fair enough, sure.
To right there.
Purely because it's being done by an ally, I'll let that slide. You are no longer on the ground, and you are ejected from its torrent. Telperion, bonus action?
I'm gonna, and then I'll use my movement to jump across, and then I will start. I'm gonna try my first attack is a regular swing.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
I guess, am I
You
flanking?
are flanking, yes.
21.
Does hit, yes.
And that would be 14 damage.
14 damage.
14 slashing damage.
Got it. You cut into its stone-like form, and it appears to take some damage. Go ahead and make a Constitution save real quick.
All right, that was it's an 8. Constitution saving throw, 14.
14 does succeed. So you are sprayed with the recoil of its hitting its form. You're sprayed with sand, but you did get your eyes closed enough where you don't have disadvantage on your next strike. So you're welcome to attack again if you would like.
The consequences disadvantage on my next strike.
Perhaps. Seems to me it was about to addle your attempt at another strike.
Sure. After this swing, I'm gonna like kind of step back low and then just like tap my temple and do a mind sliver on it instead.
Okay.
15.
Mind sliver.
15.
It's
and
not
12.
communication based. They don't need to understand the language you're
No,
saying, do they?
it's just a verbal component that I flavor as telepathic.
Yep. Got it. Nat 20 will save.
And then I will end my. No, I'm going to take a step away from it, backward.
Okay. It will reach out and claw for you. It does have some sense of awareness of the space, not just based on ground level tremor sense. So it will swipe.
What could be swiping?
But not quickly enough.
Out of here. And that's my turn.
All right, Roulette, you are up. Reacting quickly, you are able to take advantage on your first strike due to your initiative roll.
Careful if you're close.
She watched Telperion swing at it and get the blowback, and she has flashbacks to storms by the beach in at home. She is going to reach out, and the under part of the glaive will start electrifying, and I'm going to shocking grasp the thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll your shocking grasp.
At advantage because of my nat 20 thing.
Yes. Yep.
I'll take it.
Lightning and sound's gonna look cool.
27 to hit.
Turn it to glass.
Immediately, you do see bits of the sand become glass and jettison outward like shrapnel as it is electrified. But go ahead and roll your damage.
Jesus.
An unfortunate roll, but you do harm the creature.
Oh, God. No, because there's not a safe spot to stand. I'll start backing up. Actually, I'm just gonna go over here.
As you move there, you see the statue's eyes glow again.
Can I peek inside the pot to see if there's anything in there?
All you see right now is a brilliantly bright golden aura of light being conjured from there. From the orifice, you can just see bright golden light.
Okay, end of turn.
Okay. Toby.
I am back here. I will ready an arrow, but instead I will channel my magic from Kelemvor kind of formlessly, and then allow the bow to form it more fully as I cast Sehanin's Call.
Let that
And
thing go.
flying out from my bow.
Can you show me the space you wish for this to emerge?
It'll start in the air, like about here.
So he needs sick.
As you loose your bow of silver mist and loose it, the silver mist arrow transforms and is set ablaze with blue moon flame, forming into the shape of a celestial of Sehanin.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
A ghost fire direwolf is summoned onto the battlefield. And
Whoa.
Tomirama, go ahead and does it roll initiative or
It
does
takes
it
its
act on your
turn
turn?
immediately after mine.
Okay.
And then so for Toby,
Ghost fire what?
It's got like a third eye like Lobo.
I will take some steps back and command
Okay.
it to go attack the spirit.
Okay. It is certainly able to do so once your turn is complete. Do you have its rolls and stuff?
Yes, I do. So it immediately begins.
And it has a
leaping.
flying speed,
It
correct?
has a flying speed, so in the air it begins leaping and bounding over up to 40 feet. Which I think is more than enough.
As it passes the statue, you do not see any glow as it passes their vision.
I'm also casting it at 6th level.
Okay, highest
for
level.
The added benefits of that.
All right.
And then it will take its multi-attack.
All right.
And
Go
it's
ahead,
the
roll.
Defender version, not the Avenger version.
Got it. Defender.
First attack
Whoa, it's big.
is my spell attack modifier, which is +10. So 28.
Kiri, as you see it summoned, it starts rushing toward you, and then over and around this enormous Ghostfire wolf bounding toward you. But then it seems to attack your common enemy.
Jiri is sweating profusely.
A 28 to hit
28 to hit absolutely hits.
for 2 + 3 + 6 for 11 radiant damage.
You see the primordial earth creature immediately take the damage. Sand is ejected from its form. I need a con save
Okay.
from your beast.
Con is
You
+3.
do see this creature struggling to reform itself from sand. You guys have heavily wounded the creature. Yeah, roulette.
Right next to it, do I also get?
No, just the melee attacker.
As a part of the wolf's attack, it will give a D10 temporary hit points to Jiri. Hopefully to make Jiri realize it's its friend. You get 3 temps.
It
but
likes him.
I roll, that's a 7 on the con save.
Okay, so if it makes another multi-attack attack, or its next attack roll has disadvantage.
Okay, so disadvantage on this one. For 18 to hit.
18 to hit does still hit.
Okay. For 14 radiant damage, and it'll give a D10 of temps to roulette. 2 temps to roulette.
I'll take it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The form of this thing seems to be burning with radiant brightness that's sort of incinerating portions of the sand.
And then one more attack for 20.
Absolutely hits.
Okay.
Oh.
For 13 radiant damage.
13. How does your Ghostfire Wolf destroy this elemental creature?
It's got like a defensive position between Jiri and the beast, and it is just pawing and biting at it just ferociously.
Incredible. As it swipes at it a final time, the sand form just collapses, and scattering to the ground and breaking are shards of stonework statue that composed its upper form, and they just scatter across the floor here.
That's a wild looking wolf, Toby.
Wolf.
I'll walk
Good doggy.
to here, and the wolf will come pitter patter up to me.
With every footstep, it leaves behind like a trail of wisping moon flame.
Put it up again. Is that a Kellenville wolf or?
No, it was formed from the bow, which is greatly attuned to Seinen.
The wolf's dick. Very cool.
Careful where you're stepping.
Yeah, what caused that?
Me stepping right here. These statues are proximity activated if you're in between them again, like the jackals upstairs, but it has something to do with stepping on the actual spot right in between them. So if you can avoid the specific spot on the ground directly in between.
Rome.
Yeah, I want to go and investigate that.
It's a secret tunnel over here, guys.
Secret
Where I'm going?
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to spider climb along the wall, and can I like get above this thing and like kind of like just look to see what it is? I can't tell what it is. Maybe
Yeah,
it's just-
absolutely. It appears to be a copper, well preserved-ish, though rusting chest.
Cool.
Can I from above try and open it?
You are welcome to try and open it. How do you do so from above? You're about 10 feet above it. You probably can't reach it with your normal reach. Anything specific you want to try and do?
Even if I'm like along the wall and I like come.
Oh,
climb
sure. So if
up-
you are going along the wall and trying to reach around it from
Yeah.
behind, sort of, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me a well, you fiddle with the lock and it does appear to be locked.
Hmm. Okay.
Want me to blast that lock for you, Rome?
Yeah, bless that lock.
All right, I'll try to air blast it. See if I can destroy this lock.
If that
Okay.
doesn't work, I'll primal savagery it.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead
we're
and
gonna force our way in.
both of you guys, give me your 3 Eldritch Blast rolls, your Airburst rolls, and then give me a Primal Savagery roll as well.
Okay, there's a cool combo in that.
We're just like smacking it.
Holy shit. Talk about a cantrip.
My God.
Those were high rolls. Wow.
Jesus.
Oh, save it for the enemies.
Who's to say this isn't an enemy?
All right.
Rome's got gold fever.
Airburst 22 definitely hits. Nat 1 is just off target. Primal Savagery nails it. Airburst nails it. 9. Oh, with Rome's slash. That's a wild roll. Well done. Yes, Jiri, 2 of your airbursts detonate it, and you can see it warp the metal slightly. It's not a magical lock. And then with 1 slash of Primal Savagery from Rome, however you want to flavor your Primal Savagery, the lock instantaneously like corrodes and breaks apart, disintegrates from your acid, and it is ejected from the chest. The chest can certainly be opened at this time.
Whoa, good hit, Rome.
Nice job, Jerry. I open it.
Okay, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. There's a trap.
Because I cannot see those things.
Oh no.
God damn it. I used up my nat 20.
As
That one,
you
I can't see that.
as you open it,
That's
blindingly and radiating out from this chest is a
We're
column
there.
of light. And I need you to oh, you made the con save. So it will be
You're seeing too much. Oh, actually, no.
I almost opened it with my mind, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
20 radiant damage to you, Rome, and you are blinded.
Whoa.
Wow. All right. Wasn't expecting that.
Blinded by greed.
Dang.
Usually would.
Jiri, you can tell that there are contents within the chest, but activated in this way, the column continues to linger there.
Oh, could I attempt to cast Dispel Magic?
Sure. Do you have to target an effect you can see? You cannot see anything right now. You are blinded.
It just says within range.
Rome, are you
So if
okay?
So if you are aware of the magical effect in front of you, you can certainly try to dispel it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, using a 3rd level spell slot?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
That's just like straight wisdom.
Yep, using your spellcasting modifier, which should be your wisdom. A 16, you focus on it, and slowly but surely you force this magical effect to obey to your will, no longer damaging radiance, but rather just nourishing sunlight that then dims and fades.
When you can see, tell us what's in there.
Well, I'm also gonna attempt to heal myself.
I'll swoop in now that the treasure is safe.
All right. Are you trying to grab the treasure real quick?
I'm gonna peek in and see what we got.
Okay. There appear to be 2 rolled up scrolls, a handful of gold and silver, and there's a glint of maybe platinum in there, as well as 2 beautiful gemstones.
I will take the gold and the gemstones, and I'll be like, Toby Roulette, there's some book stuff in here for you guys.
It is concentration.
And
All
I
right.
will.
Jerry, I'll throw this in the chat for you to grab the contents of the coinage.
And I will.
43 silver, 79 gold, and 2 platinum. And there is a tourmaline gem as well as a carnelian.
Gems to Toby. I will ferry them over to him, and scrolls to Roulette.
Okay.
I will passively take those scrolls as I'm like walking across the room. Yeah.
Okay. They are bound, so just let me know when you want to inspect them in any given way.
I will hold on to them for the moment.
Okay. All right. Now that you guys have started to push your way into this chamber, it does indeed appear that there's another chest across the way, as well as a statue that looks more beautiful than some of the other ones in this, and it is cradling this large convex mirror where the vertex is outward towards you and then sort of curves back inward toward the walls, like it's holding a bowl in your direction. And there are old papers and scrolls on either side of it in some way.
I'm gonna go to the left side of it. I guess I'm gonna take that first look at the statue, and I believe my brain is connecting lines in the sense that if I look back behind me, I see a reflective statue pointing-ish at this spot. But I want to
It's
take
specifically not angled toward this spot, but it could be rotated as you have determined from previous statues.
Gotcha. I will take a look at the papers on the bottom/left of the thing.
Okay. You can look at them, and immediately there's a text that you do not inherently recognize. You've probably seen it in Shades of Grey before, especially at the entrance of this tomb in general. It appears to be Draconic text.
And I know none of us know how to speak Draconic, right?
I think that's true.
Like, none of us could read the stuff at the beginning, so... I'm going to take a look at the other set. Is the same thing?
Same thing.
I'm going to ask Jiri to give a wet down of the room.
I'm on it. Oh, also, everybody add 20 gold.
Thanks for counting.
Yeah, and I spray whatever room says, I spray it.
Notably, I'm looking to see like if there's walking paths to and from the chests, because
There do appear to be so.
Do I notice?
Can I jump in there as you're like pathing it? Like I need to know where I'm allowed to jump to.
It'll come back. Telperion, if you follow the line between these statues, so like follow here and then catty corner over to here, you should be able to walk straight to the statue, and if you stay right in the middle of the room. Christopher, do I specifically notice a lack of drainage underneath where Rome is currently attached to the wall.
Yes, you also see a depiction of, like in the shape of a dome, a hemispherical top dome, and then continuing straight down to the floor, another depiction of like ancient iconography of some sort of natural setting or scene in that space as well as over here. And you do get the indication that there are some version of relief doors in those locations.
Were there any of those earlier rooms?
You might have to backtrack a little bit to see.
Okay. I don't know if anyone else has. Well, the light that we saw earlier, we gotta get it to this point. Those statues are gonna reflect it, but that's the easy part. The hard part is the fact that it's pretty painful to be in that light, and I think the only way to get through is walking through that light.
Can we prepare all of the reflections, and then Telperion, do you think you can move the last one? And that way none of us are...
I mean, the big restrictor is the first hallway that we got to get through. Actually, and the second doorway, and the other spots that we got to walk through.
Have we checked this chest yet?
No, you can go check that if you want. I'd close your eyes as you're doing it.
Well, does someone want to... Jiri, you want to blast the lock and then I'll lift the latch telekinetically?
Sure.
So we need to get
Yeah,
that.
I would say no rolls necessary. Now that you know you guys can interact with it in that way, you give it a couple blasts, and with enough force, you just break and muddle and warp the lock, and it sort of clicks open and hangs.
And then I give a flick the lock off, and then I flip the latch, and then I try to lift the lid from here.
Just to represent it on screen. Once more, opening it from afar telekinetically, a beam of light radiates from the chest and continues to linger there.
Nice. I'll scooch up. Wait, so is this clear roulette over here? Anything that's not M is okay.
Anything that's not M has not given indication that there's any cracks and crevices where water can find its way downward.
Okay.
M for water.
I'll also use my glaive at this point just to be pushing as a little walking staff. I'll get here and I'll try to peer in the chest.
Okay, make a perception check with disadvantage. It's just difficult to see what's in there.
Okay. Neither of those 20s landed. 20 or 18. Oh, I'm sorry, disadvantage. 14.
14. You can tell that there's some shining coin in there, as well as perhaps some other objects in there, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Is that enough sight to like tire it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like do a little waterfall. Like it looks like it's just vomiting treasure up.
Yeah,
I'll just
literally
sit there
scooping, slowly telekinetically pulling coin and contents into you or toward you, spilling out onto the floor. There appears to be a potion that has a sort of green tint to it, and what's odd is like it seems to sort of like be filling the glass and then not filling the glass, emptying halfway and then expanding to fill the container and then compressing to no longer fill the container. That's one of the potions, or one of the vials. The other vial is a long, thin tube with sort of a golden amber coloration of gas contained within. Additionally, there is 84 silver, 154 gold, and
give me the loot.
3 jade.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ooh.
into the.
Split that up in a minute.
Jiri, can you do me a favor? Can you just drench this wall really quick? Rome, I'm gonna scoot you to the side if you don't mind.
Boy, can I.
Movement.
I'll scoot Rome slightly to the side, and I want Jiri to the wall where Rome, the relief, the archway thing.
With a little bit of hydro pump, clearing away some of the dust and sort of caked on stone, dilapidation on this wall, you're able to get a somewhat clearer picture of the iconography. And once again, it's like a crowd of people all reaching upward toward one central circular shape.
Of that moon.
Is it the moon or is it the sun?
It's all made of the golden sun. Moon. The golden moon.
'Tis the moon.
Okay. I think we should just see what happens first. I think moving the first statue, at least so we start piecing it together. If someone wants to come back to that first room with me.
Yeah.
I'll go. Can I borrow Shaggy? Can I hop on Shaggy?
Yeah, there's room for you up here.
Okay. Yeah, let's
Wait,
flip
wait,
back to-
where's Toby? Toby, are you still on Shaggy?
I'm on my wolf.
Oh,
Come on up,
sweet.
Telperion.
You can ride the wolf. The flying mount.
Mm-hmm.
That changes our calculus here, buddy. Oh,
It's
that's
also
awesome.
resistant to radiant damage, so I can have it do some of the pushing if we need to.
Well, so I don't. It's less a push through the sunlight and more of a running through it. I think is the whole thing.
So if I'm here and I make sure the path is clear, I can. If I move this can I push this statue? And are we saying that we're trying to get the light to shine more directly?
Correct.
So can I?
We should
if I,
do the first statue last.
But I just want to see. I just want to do the first one as the test to make
That's-
sure the conduit can
I
start.
will. Yeah, I'm gonna look down the hallway. My goal is to make sure, hey, what? I just want to make sure the light before leaving the other room. Everyone kind of just stand away from that big statue with the receptacle, just to make sure no one explodes or something. And I will. I'm gonna have Telperion push that statue. And I will try to instruct him to hey, get the reflective side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over here. Get the reflective side facing down the hallway.
Okay. Telperion, if you grip it and try and move it, it is inordinately heavy. Go ahead and make a strength check.
While this is happening, I will trot over to Rome. Here, Rome, I'm going to give you a little pinch real quick, and from the contingency band, I will administer an elixir of health to remove the blinded condition.
That's a 25, nat 20.
Very clean. Using psionic energy to just help lessen the burden on yourself, but then
Ooh,
using
wait,
the
I
muscles as
feel like
well.
my feet are sliding backwards, and there's these little energy cups, and I kind of just make a little restraint as I then push with my torso.
You're able to sort of lift it enough just to help the friction be less, and then shift it over a couple inches and rotate it. And if I've done my job right, I should be able to hit delete.
Oh my god. So
incinerating that poor adventurer on the ground in radiant light that then catches on fire in a beautiful golden flame that eats away his form and gear. This light is conjured and ricochets around the space as shown.
So Perion and I are standing there, and I'm peeking down the hallway, and I'm peeking down as much as I can. I wonder if it worked. I wonder what happened everywhere else in this tomb. So Perion, how easily can you move that again? You probably can't, right?
Well, if I did it once, I can do it again. But the question is,
Spin it
Hmm?
to like turn it off real quick.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll try to tilt. I'll try to just.
Wait, before you do that, I uh I am going to take out the tome. I'm going to go back to an earlier page. And I'm going to pull page 17 out and say Rasvim, and a sizable chunk of warg armor appears in the room.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Collapsing and falling to the ground with a fairly loud impact, a bunch of scrap metal shaped in that beast's form.
Hyperion, can you lift that and cover the statue with what you just did? I'm mostly hoping to just like tarp over that thing really quick and prevent the reflecty stuff.
Good try.
I have no idea how heavy this is.
Probably pretty heavy, but liftable.
I'll lift it and then carefully, without like burning my arms, like try to.
Oh, I thought you were like meant.
Well, I can, but that's just a resource
Oh,
bond.
I will help you, and I'll also be trying to avoid getting super duper burned.
You guys can both angling the armor's strange geometries in a way that you don't think it will reflect directly back at you, lifting into place. You block the beam, and it jettisons the beam toward the north wall of this space and just harmlessly impacts the stone.
So we
otherwise blocks off the beam trajectory throughout this space.
So
Okay, so that worked, and it doesn't seem like the warg armor is overheating or anything right now. It's just like
no.
So it really,
and this hallway is clear now.
It does appear to be clear.
I'm immediately sprinting through. Telperion, I just want to make sure everyone else is okay.
I'm setting Loaf on your shoulder.
And I'm sprinting through to catch up to everyone else. And I know these lines are not here anymore. Is everyone okay? Did the big statue get hit? Did anything open or close or do anything?
It reflected off that statue down there over to where I am right here. So we need to turn this last statue to face the receptacle.
Do I see where it hit on the wall? Like, is there mostly damage anywhere is what I'm looking for.
Where you're seeing the location where it's roughly impacting, there does not seem to be any damage being done to the stone.
Okay. So Toby, you said this last one just has to be turned?
Yeah, and I'll have my wolf try and spin the statue so that the reflective surface points that way.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength roll for your beast.
8.
Slash, I should have asked for athletics in the first place, Telperion, so your 25 was probably even higher.
I thought that, and then I was like, well, I don't want to argue with the DM, but I wonder why it's not athletic.
Yeah,
But
no,
sometimes
probably
they are checks
should
with
have been,
just
yeah.
the.
It was such a resounding success that I didn't need to be like, oh, is it enough? Like, yes, it was enough.
Just an 8.
Just an 8. The wolf nudges it, and its partially incorporeal form is not finding great purchase on that stone statue.
Telperion.
Yeah, I was literally just like, if you guys call for me, I'll come. I just don't want to. I'll come and shoulder the statue and try to direct it where they ask.
Okay.
I will try and help again.
You rotate it, and you believe you have directed it in a way where its line would hit that final statue with the convex-shaped mirror.
So how do we get the armor off of that statue without looking at it?
Carefully.
But then how do we traverse back around the beam?
In front of the armor. Quickly. I hope. I don't know. I don't know if there's...
How far can you move things from Telperion?
30 feet, and I have to be looking at it. Do we have anything that could teleport to us after? I don't think Loaf's strong enough for him to shove it off. Otherwise, I would use him. I'm going to traverse back and stare at this. So, theoretically, this hallway that I'm looking at, more importantly, this hallway, is it literally only big enough to allow for the, like, if the beam is traveling through, we are traveling through.
Yeah,
Also,
so the
we have 1
beam-
minute.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and hop zooms.
I wonder if Daisy would be hurt by radiant.
Yes.
My wolf is resistant to it.
I will just clarify that the beam is less of a, oh, it's only occupying this 5-foot diameter space on the bottom of the corridor. It's a spray of light that is just jettisoning painful radiant light out forward, directed, but it's occupying the primary portion of that.
Oh, I think I might have this.
Could you make it?
Hold on 1 second. Is this concentration? Quick nod.
What?
I can do this, but it'll take an hour.
Can you make the Alma immovable?
I can, but then it becomes immovable for an hour. I don't know if we want to waste that much time. I don't know if I apart from holding that armor and sprinting through, I don't know of another way to get from point A to point B in that light.
Do we have a sending stone amongst ourselves?
I hold out 2 that Minerva made.
We could just have someone wait over there. Activate it and then undo it once we have... I mean, if this is the pathway through, then we'll have to figure something out. But if it just opens up a room and we want to see what's in there and then...
My fear is, last time we activated something, we got attacked by a sand dog. Hold on, what do I have in my arsenal?
Also looks like Alex is still connecting to audio, maybe, but I did want to emphasize, clarify that Rome's blindness has receded after about a minute of that situation.
I guess you and I are just flying around in this room, Rome.
I'm crawling on the walls, man.
I can't get past this. Wait, oh,
It's
we can
currently
go
not
over it.
active.
Oh, okay, we're not trapped in. We can go over it though, right?
No, it's pretty
taking
much,
the
it's
whole corridor.
occupying about a 10-foot, dare I say, wall of light that is occupying that portion of direction.
Okay.
And where are we trying? We're trying to go.
So we have it right now. This beam is being covered up. When we take the armor, there's a bunch of armor on it, and when we take that armor off, it will open, but whoever's here will be trapped because this beam does a lot of damage, and there's so many points that you have to intersect with the beam to join everyone else.
Oh, we can just have
Ooh.
Shadow Mogi do it.
Could I could I build a stone wall that could block some of this in any way?
I think that Toby had a really good idea, because if Shadow Moby could push the armor off, and then we could go through a door and keep moving. But if Shadow Movie can't get it back on, so maybe we should use. I could stand here. You could take the stone of sending and tell me, put it back on and join us, or you know what I mean.
Why wouldn't Shadow Moby be able to put it back on?
Can he? It's kind of heavy and difficult.
Isn't it just moving it?
We also would have to be able to communicate with him, like. Lenda put it back on. Is he telepathically connected to you?
I can give him directions and he follows them.
Okay. That could work.
I mean, we can just leave him here and have him take it off. Um, yeah, and just have him take off the armor while we're in the other room.
But if we need to backtrack, we'll just have to make sure he can put it back on.
Just yell really loud.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, that's all.
Ooh.
Shadow Mobi, stay.
I hope it doesn't like hit this mirror and reflect back at all of us.
I mean, yeah, we could use this passage up here and stay up here when it first activates.
Roulette's gonna stay like in this small little tunnel because she definitely wants to see what happens.
Okay.
Jiri, I wouldn't stand so close to it.
Yeah, let me know when you guys feel good about your final placement. Also,
What about over here?
No, Jiri, that's good. Okay, yeah.
No, down here?
I mean, as long as you're not in that path of light, yeah, you're good. I think you're
I'll squeeze into this little hallway here. Wait, could I get
No.
blasted?
Jiri, no, get out.
I'm gonna hide behind the treasure chest. It's pretty sizable.
you can get half cover behind it.
Am I
Alright.
good, Brian, like behind this?
I'll vibe with half cover behind it.
Rome, where are you? I don't.
Rome,
I'm
as long as
okay
you're
with
on the
it.
wall and not on the cracked floor, you think you're good there.
Okay, excellent. I'm gonna stay in this corner. I don't want to get blinded again.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Okay, Shaggy. Shadow Mobi. Remove the armor. Jiri yells it.
Out of curiosity, what is Shadow Mobi's strength score? He could probably dislodge the armor. I'm just curious.
It's gonna be like a 2.
It's gonna be like a 4.
He's got a strength of 1.
Because he's got his strength so low, I'm gonna need a strength check.
What's the dance ability? I'm gassed.
Got this.
He starts to push it.
Tell him to stop, Jiri.
Does the Unseen Servant have a stronger strength score than that?
Maybe.
If I'm checking Loaf's strength score, we know we're desperate. Loaf has a 3. Loaf would be trapped forever.
What I would say is Shadow Mobi could probably attack the armor with greater success. It's just going to damage the armor.
Oh, who cares?
I have another piece of it anyway. It's
He's
fine.
gonna start sucking the armor's life.
So
That is a
if
weird
he
magic.
is interested in sort of using his Force Siphon Essence ability, the metal of it is just going to take on like a rust faster in its life. You're like expediting the half-life of that material. And it will eventually rust enough where it just sort of like cracks and then collapses to the ground. All of you can hear the collapsing armor, and you know that that is no longer really super valuable metal anymore. But once more, if I've done my job right, I should be able to click, delete. Yeah.
Ooh.
Shining now at the convex mirror in that room and illuminating the space very brightly, beams of light are jettisoned at a backwards angle away from the convex mirror and hit the sun, or rather the golden moon, the circle held aloft above the people in both iconographies. And for a time that continues to glow brighter and brighter, and then disintegrating into dust once more. Those doors disappear, and all of you hear a rather loud crack of stone from the chamber further within. And I think that's a good place for our bio break real quick, and then we'll
Oh shit.
Bum bum bum.
Oh,
Sick.
the flip
So
chain.
we'll get back to that momentarily.
I really do feel like we're in Indiana Jones with all this
Yeah.
brown tile.
I definitely wanted to give this temple spirit temple sand vibes. I like the template or the Indiana Jones reference.
Excuse me. What is this music?
It's scary combat music.
The scary is
Right,
happening.
right.
See you guys.
Yeah, someone dropped something.
bum bum ba 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 bum bum bum. This is the music that plays when you're done with the dungeon and everything's okay.
Chris, when I make the wolf the ranged version, are you picturing the same thing I am of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it howls and the ripples of magic are projectile to hit something?
That could be cool. I could also see like it fire breathing moonflame or like whatever you want to describe it as. But yeah, the howl is very cool. It feels very Danny Phantom too. He has this ghostly wail ability. It's like the echoing sound just like damages people. Or it could be very Heibai from Avatar, where the panda spirit just like screams and it's just this like bright silver radiance out of its mouth. But that is your call. I wanted to have my hand in what Sehanin's manifestation of that ability would be, but the rest is on you. Don't mind me, by the way.
Never have, never will.
Oh.
Templar is such a cool word. Readying an action doesn't use your reaction until you let loose the readied action, right? Just the act of readying something doesn't automatically remove your reaction.
I think that's true, but in the same way where I wouldn't want your condition to suddenly change and you make a different reaction, like it's probably up to DM judgment whether they allow you to change your reaction entirely or continue to prepare the thing you were preparing. To drop your intended reaction for a new reaction that better suits you seems fine. But then why
Just like
not
if
let people say, "Oh, I was gonna loose my arrow if anyone walked through that door." Well, that didn't happen, but something else happened, so I'm gonna use my reaction instead to target that thing. Well, no,
just
that's not what
using
you're
like
preparing.
a different reaction feature.
Yeah.
Like I ready an arrow shot, but instead I want to negate a natural 20 that an enemy does. That happens before the trigger goes off.
Yeah. Probably is fine. It's not going to destroy game balance to let that happen. I do wish that was stated somewhere in the ready action thing, just in terms of you can't while you're preparing something, you can't do it, blah blah blah. But maybe it's not written because it's intended to let you do other reactions prematurely.
You did.
Da, da, da.
I'm ready. You know I'm not sitting.
Most ready.
Awesome. Well, as you guys have activated these magical doors that have disintegrated into dust, and you hear a large crack of stone from the chamber beyond, you can hear the grinding and large footsteps of something, as well as hear the trickle of pouring sand. Because this is a surprising thing you weren't anticipating, the individuals are going to get to move once before you guys, but everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Critter, when you say the room beyond, are you talking about like the room to the southwest of where we are?
I'm going
Or
to
west?
open the doors here on the light portion of this page. Both of those doors to the left side of this cavern have been opened simultaneously.
Thank you.
Being cold.
I'm happy with it.
Will this be a bad time to mention Telperian's trauma about sand?
I hate sand.
Shut up,
It gets
Hayden.
in between.
Such a Jedi.
He's the bad one.
No one can kill a Jedi. Anakin kills all the Jedi.
All right, so Telperian and Tobirama temporarily surprised at this situation unfolding, and but you guys are removed from the surprised condition, so you guys have your reactions available. Pocket sand, incredible.
Chris, are we supposed to have only 10 feet of vision?
No.
Okay, I haven't been
No.
able to see anything this entire time.
Let me fix that somehow.
Confident.
I've got like 60.
Save.
Oh
Yeah,
my
should I
God,
eat my Greek yogurt
There you
before
go,
my Nutter
Cheery.
Butters?
that is so much better.
Yeah, there you go. Apologies for that situation. Looks like everyone else was handled correctly. I think I had a wrong input in Jiri's stat block or in your little Roll20 thing. But okay, so
Because your
with
goggles
that-
weren't on.
Yeah.
Goggles are
Flip
now
your-
on.
Flip your goggles on. Pouring sand, billowing from that cavern, 2 sand spirits emerge, hovering and flying in their respective places. And they will fly into this space and face the doors and bow.
And these are the same things that we just fought. Like one
is.
copies. Okay.
Yep.
They
Jiri,
bowed.
It will be you are surprised, but you'll immediately be not surprised. You have your reaction available as this individual clambers through the doors in his hulking form, 10 foot tall, squeezing through this door and somehow not falling through the cracked tiles he's standing upon.
Ooh.
And he will raise his torch and say, Goraving Juvaniulos Arcania Kun. And I need
So
Telperian,
Pick up my
Jiri,
D20.
Shaggy, and Roulette to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, not the blindness.
no.
DC is 15. So Shaggy, Jiri, and Telperian push past this blindness sensation, but you will take some damage. Those who succeeded, Jiri, Shaggy, Telperian, will take 9 radiant damage. Roulette, you take 18 radiant damage and are blinded currently.
in the last moments before my vision fades, I see them walk through this doorway, presumably also through.
And this hulking figure has to like crouch and move his way out of the doorway with how large he is.
Also through a ray of radiant light that's being diffracted over to them.
Indeed.
Do I see them take any effect by that, or is the radiant light over there?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
The radiant light is still angled at those two doors functionally, and I'll actually draw real quick the freehand of. Let's do it on the map layer. Two angled beams of light going that way. You very quickly get the sense that as he moved through that, whether it's some magical protection or otherwise, he did not seem to be affected whatsoever by that radiance.
And neither did the doggos.
Neither did those primordial creatures. It is now Loaf temporarily surprised, Roulette temporarily surprised, Rome temporarily surprised. So now we are back to the top of initiative. No longer anyone is surprised. Telperion, you are at the top of initiative, but you're welcome to make a tactician move.
I'm gonna yell, "Who needs to go first?" And just like see if there's anyone that is dying to get moved.
Who's got an opening?
Real fast. Going once. Going
Good.
twice.
Rome?
Yeah. Oh wait, where is Rome?
I'm all the way in the corner.
Where are
Just
you?
the bottom right corner trap.
here.
Oh.
Oh, you're over there.
Whoa.
I'll snap Rome to right. You're over here, Rome?
Yes.
Yep, right here.
Okay, I'll snap Rome to
no.
before me.
Okay, so Rome, you are able to immediately act.
You're gonna have to go through
shaking off the feeling of surprise. But yes, you've got two dangerous beams of light in your way to try and get toward the monsters ahead.
You know,
go here and ranged attack, right?
Yeah, or I can just go through the wall, through pass wall.
Ooh, sneaky.
Thought I didn't have a way, huh?
I did not. I did not know.
Oh, so it's my turn?
It is your turn. And you are still spider climbed to the side of the wall at that spot?
Yep. And I am going to cast pass wall to go through the through this area right here.
Okay. I am not familiar with that spell, so can you give us a little description of, number one, what it looks like, and also what it does?
So it's a passage that appears at any point of my choice, that I can see on wooden, plaster, or stone surfaces, and I can choose the dimensions. So I'm gonna say it'll fit, like, I want to be able to, like, kind of snake my way through. I don't want it to be, like, this huge thing, so that I can maybe, well, actually, I'm not gonna be able to do anything, so I'm just gonna make it so that it, like, almost like a manhole cover, like, that's how big I want it to be, and I'm gonna, like, snake my way through, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
wait.
Tight squeeze.
I'm gonna wait in this area.
Okay. I'll say with that being done, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to move you to the
Like head
cavern to the
first,
left
you know,
just because you
like-
could like sort of peek your head through so you can at least see what's going on in that cavern.
Rome's in
Exactly.
the wall.
But very nice action.
She's in the
You
walls.
do facilitate a way in here for sure. 5th level spell slot used. Otherwise, you are in there, ready to help your friends. Anything with your bonus action? Since you're in there, you could probably hide if you wanted to.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
What a use of a 5th level spell.
This is a surprise. They thought they surprised me.
You're
No, I'm about to surprise attack them. Don't you worry. I already have a plan in place.
Oh gosh. How the tables turn.
Did it go through?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, 27. So you can see the primordials in the in that room, the beams of light, and you can see that there's some large hulking figure, 10 foot tall or so, clad in like some sort of like the same material as the wooden masks adorns his scale mail plate armor or scale mail armor, and then he has a ceremonial mask on, and he's holding this torch light up, and immediately as you see the torch, your like instinct is to turn away, but ultimately you are considered hidden right now for sure, up in your little manhole hidey hole. All right, if that'll do it for Rome, we'll go to Telperion. Telperion, since you are starting your turn within 30 feet of this flame, you can choose to immediately avert your eyes or not.
Is this reminiscent of like, I know if I avert my eyes, it'll be kind of like if we're fighting a
You
basilisk.
feel a magical presence emanating from the beacon, and instinctively you have an instinct to avert your eyes. Do you want to do that or not?
No.
Okay. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. 13.
What they're-
I will
Mm-hmm.
use an Indomitable. If that's a fail. I think I get to hear if it's a fail.
It is a fail.
Yeah, I'll try.
You may choose to use Indomitable if you wish.
Chosen. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Immediately you begin to become affixed to this beautiful flame, and you begin to stare at it greedily, but your instincts push in, and then you are able to avert your gaze, and not become or not avert your gaze, but you're able to push past the sensation at looking at it.
And that's not a charm effect, right?
It actually is.
So I would head
Or actually, you would become charmed, so that's by magic or other magical effects. It's not a spell, but if your ability is other magical effects, then you could have had advantage on that. Go ahead and roll that, because it might resolve the...
With advantage, which was the Indomitable, it was the Nat 20. So should I...
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You
So
rolled
go ahead and...
twice.
You rolled twice, took the higher, and no Indomitable needed.
Fabulous. All right. So looking at this guy with having pushed through, what you said, there's like, what's in the torch? Is there something visual, like after pushing through
It
that
just seems to
sensation?
be a brilliant, magically lit golden flame that he is holding aloft and drawing his gilded longsword at the side.
All right. I'm just gonna shout that torch will mess with your gaze if you stare at it. Trying to warn everyone else of the consequence. And then I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna keep on this. I'm just gonna like step this way.
Okay, we'll say
And,
10 feet of movement just to hop over it because of difficult terrain type stuff. But
I don't suffer difficult terrain, but I don't even think
oh,
that
true,
matters.
true.
I will give this guy a regular, good old fashion slash.
Okay, as you reach forward, he will use his reaction to warding flare you, injecting disadvantage on your strike.
All right, I like rolling with 2 dice. 13's across the board, so 23 total.
23 hits.
Right. That is 8, so 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
13 damage.
I'll give this a side eye, and I'll try to, and I'll add a D8.
Okay.
So add 9 more, so 9 force on top of that, and then strength save 15 for prone.
Got it. You do knock him prone, mostly pushing him to a knee rather than prostrating him on his back. He crunches to the ground and is having difficulty standing up after the force of that blow.
All right, and then I will use my second action to cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay.
So quick tut of the fingers instead. And then I'm gonna get right here and just wait it out.
Okay.
Oh, bonus action. I will. Does anyone want to push or pull? Do you want to be closer or further?
Yeah.
I'll just push this guy 5 feet away from us.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Pushed.
Pushed, still hovering in his space, but he enough stonework to find purchase on telekinetically. You do shove his form back. Toby Rama.
Real quick, do I get the sense that my wolf will be at all able to squeeze its way through here, even with difficult terrain?
Yes, squeezing is possible.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is spend 15...
However, there's not an occupiable space on the other side of that right now.
Okay. I will start by having myself hop down for 15 feet.
Yep.
Within 5 feet of Roulette, I will use my bonus action to administer an elixir of health, removing the blinded condition.
Very cool.
Can I,
I'm going to say Toby's call here, rushing up behind you. You probably can't warn him against this if there's a reason you would maybe want to do so.
No longer blinded. I will then 15 feet
Thank you,
movement,
Toby.
get back up.
Okay, yeah.
That. And then
my eyes remain closed.
I will ready a bow shot if I get into range and can see an enemy to fire it. And then I will command my wolf to do what? To try and get in there and attack.
So,
start
yeah, so
attacking.
are you in control of your mount, or is it of its own control
It is
right now?
in its own control.
Okay, please go ahead and roll initiative for... Oh,
It takes
acts
its
on your turn.
It acts
So-
after my turn.
So it kind of that customizes the mounted combatant rules a little bit, in I think a good way. Maybe we can take a closer look at that at some point. Okay, yeah. So you command it, and it's able to move right away.
Okay, so I want to see, because I know Shaggy is in this space, if I can get to like this area. It's got
There's
40
not enough
feet of
occupiable.
flying. Oh,
Yeah, so there's not occupiable spaces to stop its movement there. So you have to have a viable stopping option that you end on.
I will command it to rush in there when it can, and ready a dash action for it
Okay.
once
Understood.
it has space to get in. Because I also can't see in there to see where an occupiable
Right.
space is.
Okay. Got it. You're readying an action. It's readying a dash for when space opens up. All
Okay.
right. It will be this spirit's turn. No idea Rome is there. Hoobity-doobity-doo. Speed. Boom. 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 That's what I thought. Okay. It will prefer to go attack the one on the ground. Soaring up to you after being pushed back, it sort of flies at you, Telperion, and will... Oh, that was... How much space was that?
I moved it from the 30th to 35th.
Yeah, it will move into your space with
Oh.
its shifting sands, and it will use the action Sands of Time. I need you to please make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
You're gonna be the old one now.
Remembering
Is it a
that.
charmed effect?
This is not.
Oh, that's a 19.
Succeeds. You are not magically aged. You take only 5 points of force damage.
It's force. God damn it.
Shielded us, that baby.
Well, I
That-
just played.
That
force.
is its turn. Yep,
That's
that's its turn.
nasty. Oh, 1 minute.
Under 1 minute, swap zooms.
Oh, swapped it. All right, it is this other sand spirit's turn, and with one already occupying that space, who else is on the ground near it? Roulette, are we assuming you're defaulting 3 inches above the ground or so in your space?
Yeah.
Okay. Then at that point, and Toby's mount is flying.
Yeah.
So no one's nearby on the ground other than Telperion. So it's not gonna be able to move into Telperion's space, but it will take 2 slashes at you, Telperion.
There we go.
First strike. And at advantage because it's flanking. So I'll roll again. That'll be a miss on the first.
Yeah.
And then second.
Parrying with my sword. Ooh.
Nat 20.
I don't think I can see you.
20 hits.
That is true. It looks like a 26 reduced to 13 total slashing damage.
I'll take 13 slashing.
Okay. Good blade ward. That will be its turn. Yeah, that'll be its turn. You clearly are indicating that it can see Jiri and Shaggy and maybe Roulette around the corner, but it's highly prioritizing those on the ground. All right, Jiri, it is now your turn. A little bit has unfolded so far, but you're able to act now.
And am I in any way affected by the light?
You are standing within 30 feet of it. You will need to make you can choose to avert your eyes or not.
So mechanically, how does averting your eyes affect one's action?
You're not going to be able to look at him the whole turn. You could probably alter your position so you can make a strike at primordial spirits, but you're not going to be able to make it attacks at the Templar without suffering disadvantage from being.
He is prone this turn.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
prone.
That would
Plus,
cancel it out.
I think this might help. I will avert my eyes for now.
Okay, so
And
kind of
then,
keeping your eyes to the ground.
I'm gonna cast Jiri's Summon Storm Cloud spell. So Jiri is gonna start shedding darkness along with Shaggy as well to heavily obscure us. And make all light within 10 feet of us dim light.
Very cool. Just to remind me, I want to put a little aura around you. And Shaggy. All right, you guys are now heavily obscured from the enemies. You will see the radiant beam is dimmed in that location, but not extinguished.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, because I'm gonna start moving now. When I swing down here, it doesn't put the beam out at all.
It does not put the beam out, so you think its effect is still active, but it does dim the light.
Okay. I will swing around to here.
That will be in trajectory of the beam because of the angles being interjected at that location. So that position is totally fine.
Okay, I'll go here. And I'll take 2 cloud punches at the guy on the ground as a bonus action.
Okay, averting your eyes, so standard rolls for both of these.
Mm.
13 and 13 will both miss, unfortunately.
Both 5 too. Lame. All right. That's it though.
You impact his armor, but whatever this magically enhanced wooden ceremonial scale armor to match the mask is very resilient.
Oh, and then Shaggy takes the dodge action.
Okay.
Will that avail me of my ready to actions?
Yes, absolutely. Your wolf can immediately dash with some space freed up. So yeah, absolutely go for it. How much movement is
It
he
has
available?
40 feet of flying, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can definitely get there. to at least the first floor, maybe even one space further down if you want.
One space further down than where I am right now.
If you want.
I do. I want to open up the walkway. And as I come into view, I will let loose an arrow.
You are welcome to do so. Targeting who?
That's a great question. Split-second decision. I'll go for the biggest.
Okay. He is on the ground. You will have disadvantage.
All right.
And the magically lit beacon is enchanting, but you didn't start your turn there, so you're not currently under its effect. Enough for it to risk.
19 to hit.
Does hit.
Okay, so that's a d6 plus 6 and a d8. 7 piercing and 7 radiant damage.
You see it impact and crack a portion of the wood, and then it just harmlessly falls out, and you do not see it injured whatsoever by the radiant damage.
Oh. Is it Jerry's turn still?
Nope.
No, that was a reaction used by Toby. So at the end of that reaction by your mount and you, it will now progress to the Templar's turn. Standing to his feet with half movement, begins to yell and bellow at you all, brandishing his sword, and he will take 2 attacks, I think. Yeah, he will hold his ceremonial longsword gilded with intricate gold inlay, hold it out toward the beam behind him, and it will be set ablaze with golden flame. And then he will come down with 2 attacks on you, Telperion. Actually, Jiri just tried to hit him too. We'll do 1 at Telperion, 1 at Jiri.
Does he have disadvantage against me because I am heavily obscured?
He is, which is he's going to confusedly maybe swing toward this dark inky blot at him. So yes, his attack against you will be disadvantage. His 1 at Telperion, coincidentally, is that advantage per flanking. Okay, so first 1 at Telperion.
No, not 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
And Hobirama having just used his reaction. With 1 hand, so we're using the thing on the left.
It's still Blade Ward.
It is still Blade Ward, so 16 reduced to 8. And did it roll? Oh yeah, the fire gets doubled too. So 16 reduced to 8 slashing damage, and then 17 reduced to 8 fire damage toward you, Telperion. And
why is that reduced?
And with the description of Golden Flame Blade, whether it hits or misses, Golden Fire leaps to a target adjacent. We'll say the bigger target next to him. We'll do 17 points of fire damage to Shaggy. Automatically leap from Telperion. And then with his second sword strike, Jiri, disadvantage against you.
You guys
20 with disadvantage. Unless there's anything you want to or can't do about it.
Great, was the fire part of that hit gonna be at full since it's fire damage? For me, you said 8 for the fire part, but I think it's 17.
Oh, you're right. It is 17 for fire. I was thinking the Blade Ward was protecting from that as well.
With that much, I will shield.
Okay. And then 17 fire was done to Shaggy. Now 20 to hit Jiri, 14 slashing, and 3 fire damage. And we'll say that 3 fire damage will carry over to Shaggy as well, for just an additional 3 fire damage to Shaggy.
Ouch. Shaggy hurt.
And now the Templar will hold his torch and sword in a very ceremonious pose in front of him, eyeing the individuals in this room.
I
That
think
is his turn.
17. I gotta roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, for concentration, indeed.
Eeks.
Does succeed.
Close.
Whew.
Close.
All right, Loaf. What is Loaf up to right now? Is he
Loaf's
on the
gonna-
board? Do we need me to? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, he's around the corner. He's good. He's gonna fly in, mark this guy with a fairy burp, and he's gonna fly away.
Okay.
And, I don't even know if I'm gonna hit that guy, but got
Okay,
advantage on
at
him if
least
I need it.
momentarily distracted health action on that guy. Got it. Okay. Roulette.
Taking half health already.
I do need you to choose to avert your eyes or not.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
Okay.
Can I? How tall are the ceilings in here?
10 feet.
So this man's head is like inches from the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
Would Jiri's aura of darkness be dimming the torch, and would that affect anything?
It will dim the torch, and it is dimming the beams he's around, but it is not extinguishing them. But it is dimming them.
Okay, we're gonna try something first. Bonus action. Pop the little lady off my hip. She is going to peek out from behind me and stare straight at that flame. Because she is immune to charm condition. So I'm gonna have her test that out really quick. She's gonna give me a tap on the hip saying she's fine. And she's gonna take out her little dart, and she's going to attempt to vortex warp this big guy.
Okay. Sending it, functionally casting the spell, but ejecting the dart at him. Does he make a con save?
Is a Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Okay.
Bullshit.
That is a fail.
Okay, can you
Where
put
does he go?
Can you pop Daisy out onto the map?
betcha.
Functionally, in my mind, either like here, somewhere.
I'll put her behind you for now. You can move her in front of you if you wish.
I'm trying to think of where she would have gone. Because my screen is not zoomed out enough. Do I have line of sight to here?
I don't know if we have controls of Daisy. We don't. I'm going to put you in that space real quick. And give me a, yeah, you do.
Okay.
She does. Yep.
Shantalanta, all the way due north back over there.
You hear a collapsing of space and time as disappearing from view, that individual is teleported.
Roulette very hesitantly opens her eyes, sees that there's no massive dude in front of her, and she's gonna step up and she's gonna go step up to here, and Daisy's gonna follow with bonus action movement, and Roulette's gonna take 2 swings at this guy right here.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage flanking.
First one, 18.
18 does hit the sand spirit.
7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Second attack, 27 to hit,
Absolutely hits.
and 10 more bludgeoning.
Alrighty. Clobbering, you shearing off chunks of stone from this thing's upper body torso.
I am going to have Daisy continue scooting by and getting just up on the chest because I know the floor is lava. And I will announce, big boy's back in the other 2 rooms earlier if we want to take out these ones real quick. End of turn.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Rome, you are able to peek out of your hidey hole and do with your turn what you will.
So that like
Wait.
big guy.
Sorry, I'm gonna put Jiri
Oh,
after
yes,
me.
it is top of initiative, so Telperion can make his Jiri
Actually-
after you.
I'll put Rome F.
Rome was already up
Oh,
there.
Roulette. Sorry, I was looking at part
Jiri?
names.
Roulette after you.
Yeah,
That works.
you're at the very bottom. I'll get Jiri next turn.
Okay.
That way you can go
Okay.
for the boss.
So Rome, you are in a hole in the side of that wall. What are you doing?
Well, I will be staying there. And performing attacks from this particular space.
Okay.
My question is that big dude disappeared. He didn't reappear anywhere?
Not that you can clearly see with line of sight right now. Roulette had indicated the room previous to chambers ago.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna attack this guy with
Okay, the one surrounding Telperion space.
yeah.
What are you targeting it with?
Produce flame.
All right, go ahead and roll with advantage because you were unseen by it.
Oops.
Nice.
Jesus, why is this not working? Oops.
Ah, roulette.
21 definitely hits. How much damage is that?
14 fire damage.
14 fire. All right, solid hit on that individual. All right. Anything else for Rome?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action hide.
All right, please do. Go ahead and roll stealth. All right.
And,
If that'll do it for Rome, we will move to Roulette next, who has been moved before Telperion.
Back to back.
I will. What am I gonna do?
I just surprised him by he didn't realize
It's
that.
a surprise round for roulette.
You just want to go after it instead of before?
No, I'll go. I will. Yeah, I'm just gonna take 2 swings again at the guy right in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Both can still have advantage.
Get one.
Flanking.
I am flanking. First one. 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's gonna be chipping away. 11 bludgeoning.
Chipping away you are. It is bloodied with that strike. Or
No, there's-
it's cracked and destroyed enough where you think you're severely harming it. Go ahead and
Sand is just falling to the ground. Another swing.
Sandy.
25
another hit for sure.
with 6 bludgeoning. And then Daisy's gonna get in on the action with a swing. Or a poke rather. If I can find her fucking thing. Where is she? Right there. Daisy's gonna swing with a nat 20. This is my girl.
Go
Very nice.
Daisy.
I'm gonna add a D8 to this. A D8. 12 force damage. And I'm gonna throw 2d6 of healing back to me as she siphons off some energy or something of
Okay.
the like with her arcane jolt. And it gives me 2d6 of healing. So 5 hit points back to me, and I am gonna stay where I am,
Okay.
thinking about my next turn.
Sounds good. If that'll
That's
do
my
it for
turn.
you, Telperion, please make a Constitution saving throw as blinding dust is swirling around you in a vortex and threatening to blind you as well as maybe interrupt concentration, which I don't think you're
Concentration?
concentrating on anything. But
15.
15, you succeed and are able to perceive through the blinding sandstorm.
Can I? It's a blinding sandstorm. Can I swing at the thing that's in my square?
You can try.
But I'm going to step right here if I can.
Yes, you'll have to push past Shaggy's form to push yourself around the
Yeah.
other enemy. But yeah,
Okay,
You can get
great.
that.
And then I'll line up to swing at this guy with double advantage because I aided and I have a flanker.
true. Yeah, go ahead and roll advantage.
2 19s will do.
29 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, Moonflame Blade on this one.
Okay.
And I'll be rolling all of it because I'll target the the fire damage at the final person
next to
too.
it.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9 plus 8 is I should have my calculator.
17,
Plus 4,
21.
so 21 on the first guy.
Okay.
With the sword, and then
How do you destroy that elemental?
I do that. I'm like, excuse me, Shaggy, and I like awkwardly stumble past Shaggy, and then as I land, I do a quick pivot and bring the sword right up through its sandy butt.
Okay,
And
you're
then-
welcome to do that. It is destroyed. Retroactively, I need Roulette to please make a con save,
Fuck.
and I need you to make a con save. I'll just have
Alright.
you do one Roulette. We're too far into the game. And it only matters for your next attack anyway, so we'll just keep it simple. Alright, you're good.
I will just say before I do that, just get the rolls damage done. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fire damage on this one.
You got it to the left. Perfect.
Daisy just rolled another nat 20.
Hell yeah.
And then Constitution saving throw. 7 plus 6 is
13.
13.
13 is the DC, so you are good.
And crumbs.
You're sprayed with sand, and it gets in your face, but it does not blind you.
And then I'll do a regular swing on this guy.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Straight roll.
And then you know what? Yeah, just a regular swing. Net 1.
Okay, yeah, so unfortunately that one is just like rearing back, and you just slice harmlessly into the sands beneath it.
Bonus
alright.
action. I'm gonna calm myself and do a psionic pulse and get some HP back, and that will be. And then I'm gonna start. No, yeah. I guess we'll wait for it to come back to us, huh? I'll just wait here then.
That other room is open. I don't know if there's anything else in there.
What other room?
The room it came from.
But isn't there a light beam block there
No, there is.
that incinerated that door? Okay. I'm just gonna pause here.
Can you take a step out of the way
For who?
for me?
Down. Because he
Okay.
has to go for one.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Yep, you're good. Now I'll pass.
Alright. Toby, you're up.
What did Rome? Did you try and hide? Yeah, 22. Okay, so I know where Rome is. So
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Pass
don't
on
see
23.
see her, but yeah, you saw a fire bolt of produce flame hurl from that, so you assume Rome's in that vicinity, probably. Yeah. You just don't have eyes on her.
Or flame. Because I'm gonna do that how. Start with action. I will start with a Toll the Dead on the
Okay.
sand creature. Wisdom saving throw.
Ugh.
That succeeds. So
Does
nothing else.
succeed.
If I pop myself off right there, can I kind of see into the hole where Rome is?
As you land in that space, I need you to make a dexterity
Ah.
saving throw.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Dex is +2. I rolled a 1.
You will
Cool.
fall beneath the false floor, and you will take wow damage roll.
Wait, can I
20.
cast? Can I use my reaction to Featherfall him?
If you can see him and your fan is available, you can use your thing. As long as it doesn't say only on yourself. Does your fan let you just cast it in general, or does it ever say only on yourself?
I don't recall. Let me just look.
I'm gonna look it up too because I don't remember the wording on that.
Featherfall targeting only one creature at a time.
Only one creature at a time. Fan of Four Winds. If it's worded that way, then yes, you can target Tobirama in this moment.
All right. Reaction. Featherfall on Tobirama as I see him start to fall through the floor.
Tobirama, as you plummet below, you are kept descending slowly with a buoyant current of sourceless wind, and you then land with your feet precariously perched on a series of interlocking wooden pikes below.
Imagine Toby's like a ping pong ball if you're playing beer pong in college and you like blow into the cup and then it just like keeps it aloft a little.
Yes. Yeah, so Toby, you are not impaled with 23 points of piercing damage. Good reaction, Jiri. But you are now 20 feet deep in the floor. Okay.
Go attack that thing, and that's my turn. And I'll have the spirit.
Okay.
Move forward and attack.
Yep, with creature slain, it can certainly do so. Moving into that space, and yeah, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Okay. 28 to hit.
Rolls. 28 absolutely hits. What is the modifier on this thing?
It's my spell attack, so plus
nice.
10. So a D10 plus 9, radiant damage, 11, and then a D10 of temps to Telperion. Telperion gets 8 temps.
It is certainly starting to become brittle and frail with that strike.
And then another one for 16 plus 10 for 26.
26 to hit, absolutely hits.
Okay, for another 11, and then 7 temps to Shaggy.
Okay.
And then one more.
Do you have to be able to see the creature you're giving temps to?
I'm not giving temps, the creature is. Spirit.
Okay, does it have to see?
Let me see that. I know it's within 10. It can see within 10 feet. We can't see them.
Yeah, so Shaggy and Jiri are not targetable right now by that temps.
Gotcha. Then that 7 temps will go to Roulette.
7? Woo!
Yeah. And then one more attack.
Donkey.
Nat 1.
Okay. It is heavily injured, though. And your wolf growls aggressively at it as you begin your process of figuring out your way out of here. All right, if that'll do it for Toby, it will be that spirit's turn. I think it's going to enter the space of the wolf. And use its... No, it already used that ability. The other one did it. Well done. You guys killed the correct one. It will enter its space, though, and make 2 claw attacks. And when they are in its space, it gains advantage. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks.
Disadvantage on the first one from Daisy.
Okay.
She tries to fan some of the sand out. Or so straight roll.
Battling that advantageous position. Straight roll on the first one.
19 AC.
That thing's beefy.
Wait, it's got 19 AC.
11 plus the spell level plus 2 if I pick the defender version.
That's incredible. It's
How long does it last?
And you upcast at level 6 too.
Yep.
So, that's absolutely a miss. So then second attack will get advantage.
Until Piran, you have 8 temp hit points.
Oh, go.
That will miss too. So it's trying to slash into the wolf, but it's not finding purchase on its partially corporeal form, and it will stay there. That one can be removed from initiative. Jiri, it is your turn.
Where did this thing go, by the way? Roulette cast a spell on it. Do we know where it is?
I would have said like it's back in the room with the mummies. So like 2, not this room with the statues.
Okay, so it's on its way back. Alright, then Jiri will cast one more spell on himself. He's gonna make himself puffy as well.
Okay.
Does not require concentration.
Yeah, bunch of attempts on you and Shaggy. In addition to the
And
shadowy steam clouds.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna let this thing come to us. I'm gonna ready my. I can't ready a bonus action, can I?
No, you can't. I
Technically
wanted
not.
to do that.
There is still a sand creature there. It's
Yeah, I'll just hydroblast this sand creature guy.
Okay, go ahead, and it'll make a strength save. Absolutely a fail. It becomes to get mucky and muddy. It's sand being infused with water, and it will fall prone. Can it be prone? It is immune to prone, but it does take bludgeoning damage.
All right, and then I'm gonna fly. Can I get into this corner over here?
You can. It'll be risking the beam of light affecting you, though.
Then I'll get here and wait for this thing to show up.
Okay. It will be the Templar's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We thought we were gonna go to it.
It's gonna have to dash. That's okay.
So unsettling the way you said that.
Roulette.
Hi.
As from behind, and probably maybe Jiri too, as you can see it pushing its way through the corridor, you hear sand overflowing in that vicinity.
Yep. Thought about that.
It is Loaf's turn.
Did it summon another one?
It's Loaf's turn.
I know.
It stepped on the other trap. Don't.
I
Oh,
can
sorry,
see
yeah. It stepped on the other trap, probably.
So Loaf is going to. I literally just swapped he and I's place on accident. Loaf is gonna dip over. Give that. Oh. Wait.
Sorry, I'm just doing a thing
okay.
real quick. Which will happen before Rome. Okay.
Loaf's gonna glare at him, and then he's gonna fly back into this room and duck and cover. He gets a good like comically large eye on this thing to identify where it is, and he comes back and he chirps to me his location.
Okay.
Stupid dog.
He can also relay the information that there's another sand thing over there.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, it is that sand creature's turn now. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roulette soaring towards you in that vicinity and seeing you first. I will say, is there anything nearby that's on the ground? Alfie, or Daisy, sorry, is on the ground near to you. So I'll say it moves its sand form parting around you to swirl in Daisy's space.
Got it.
I need Daisy to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom?
Indeed.
I don't know what her number is. Shit. Sorry.
Archie is Loaf. They are the same color.
Wisdom is it's +0. I should have just fucking.
And he has the same eyes.
19.
That is a success. So
holy good Daisy.
She will take half the damage, so 9 force damage as this Sands of Time creature. The sands start to like glow golden as it's like trying to erode and rapidly rust the metal she's made of, but only 9 points of damage. That will be its turn. Rome, you are up once again. There appear to now be 2 sand creatures off in the distance. Oh yeah, Telperion can make a tactician move real quick.
I'll put where's
Jiri's the only one.
I'll put Jiri after me.
Okay. All right, so Rome, what you got?
The darkness.
Hey, it's your turn.
Oh, I thought the Telperion. Sorry.
He made a
all
switch
right.
real quick.
Okay. I'm going to blast this guy with my fireball.
Okay.
Flame.
Go
With fire.
ahead and roll with advantage. He definitely doesn't see you, so you are unseen attacker. Ooh, nat 20. Good roll.
Yeah.
Why does it say 12 plus and 9 plus? What does that mean?
It's separating out the original damage roll and the critical extra damage, so that will
Oh,
be
okay.
21 total fire damage to that thing. So
Dope.
you blast it, and like the lightning, it sort of like creates like in the way pottery just like solidifies in the kiln. It just is like scorching and materializing and turning to glass some of the sand in that space, and it falls to the ground, shattering. Heavy blow to that creature.
We haven't really damaged the Templar much, right? Like 1 or 2 hits.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Anything for Rome? Bonus action hide?
Yes, definitely bonus action hide. Do I hear anything coming from, like, do I get a sense of, like, anything
you
going
can
on
hear.
behind me?
Yeah, you can hear the approaching footsteps of a large creature entering the space behind you.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bonus action hide.
Okay, perfect. And your tunnel is still there, so you can freely move through those spaces as you need to, I think.
Oh, so you could go to that side, right?
Oh yeah,
What?
you can go peek around and look now.
You could go to
Yeah,
the
I
other
guess I
side.
can. Yeah, all right. I'll go to the other side and also just peek around. But I want to be hidden.
Yep. Go ahead, and your stealth check's 24, so you feel very hidden. You can just see that Templar from the distance.
Rome's presence is somewhere on the battlefield. We just don't know
Yeah,
where
yeah.
at all.
We're just seeing fireballs erupt.
Roulette, you averted your eyes last time. Do you choose to avert your eyes now that you're starting within 30 feet once more of the beacon bearer?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
You will avert your eyes. Okay.
I'm specifically looking at this doorway, and I'm thinking, because you said it's not a straight. I know it's not a straight beam of light; it's scattering. Do I think if I blocked one half of the room, like if I blocked a 5x5 square on the bottom half, that it would block enough of the radiant light coming through to like?
You do think obscuring the light's path has value with cover?
Okay, I am panicking about the amount of space we do not have in here. So I will. Oh, they're both gonna swang at me.
I'm about to run in and go at the Templar. Just so you know.
This way, I'm assuming.
Past you, yeah.
Same.
Okay, well. I really hate having this light in here. Or should we just go in there? Shit, I don't fucking.
We gotta damage this guy. And just kill him.
Sorry.
I'm looking at Loaf and winking at him because I'm proud he's still alive. I've been trying to kill him lately.
Loaf looks back at you and goes,
"This is the longest you've lived without being eviscerated."
I'm winking too. Look.
Oh my god.
I'll reset the zoom.
Oh, reset.
I think we have space out there. Toby, are you on the spikes at the bottom?
Yeah.
Are you just chilling out next to him?
I'm like kind of like trusting that my shoes won't get penetrated because I'm kind of standing on them.
DM, can I retcon something? Can I say that I will look up at the thing?
Sure. I mean, it's still your turn, so yeah. If you don't want to avert your eyes, I just need you to make that whiz save.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I would like to make some saving throw.
Okay.
Just to see what happens.
Holy shit!
Nat 20. You see it, and it just
Charmed.
washes over you, and you are not charmed.
Yeah.
And now you have visual on him, so the risk was worth it because now you could go target him if you want.
Yeah, we're gonna go see and have some fun. I am 2 inches off the ground. I am going to start walking towards him, and as I'm walking towards him, I've already dropped the other torch somewhere, or put it in the pack. I am going to start chanting a spell, casting a spell, and I'm going to give the ring a few spins. And as I get up to him, I'm going to lay a hand on him, casting what seems like cure wounds, but I'm going to try and cast pure wounds.
Nice.
I have no idea what this is going to do. I just want to try and cast at third level.
At third level, okay.
A cure wounds change to pure wounds. Yeah.
Okay. This is tricky for me because I have something in mind that intuitively makes sense and I want to apply it.
Is it
However,
inflict wounds?
It is inflict wounds cast at third level.
That's what I was mostly thinking.
That is a melee attack, and because you're going to do a melee spell attack, I do want him to warding flare it, which is going to impose disadvantage on this attempt. So I just felt bad of like, well, I'm kind of DM arbiting the fact that it's going to be an attack roll, but I do want him on an attack roll coming his way.
Is that a spell?
He's going to warding flare his reaction.
Is that a spell or an ability?
Make an Arcana check real quick, based on the time he did this previously.
15.
It doesn't seem to have been any more of a spell than the natural beacon magic already emanating from it. Not a spell, rather an occurrence of magic he can trigger.
Okay.
So he is going to trigger that when he's attacked by a creature he can see within 30 feet. So you're welcome to roll your high-level inflict wounds. It just will have
Disadvantage on the attack roll.
Gotcha. I don't know how to. It's just +9. Shit. Ooh. Roll 2.
Oh no, you can't do that.
So it's 2d20 +9. This is just a disadvantage, whichever one. Oh, pair of 2s.
Do you want to use the Jacoby household inspiration?
Yeah, I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 1d20, and that's
the reigning roll is 2. The inspiration can replace that reigning roll. So yeah, go ahead and make a straight roll.
Okay.
+9 is
4 to
14.
I will add a d8 of inspiration that I have from God knows how many sessions ago that I've been carrying over.
Okay, go ahead and remove that from your inventory just so we don't forget. And go ahead and roll that d8.
Let's see what happens.
Very nice.
You do hit. Go ahead and roll 5d10 necrotic damage.
I'll take it.
Very nice.
9 necrotic.
You see his form, the sort of skeletal zombified form underneath the armor begin to wilt and decay. Though not quite as fast as you expected it to. I don't even
know what I'm expecting. I don't know what I'm
sorry.
It's fine.
That was very cool.
A lot of resources there. I'm gonna look up at this guy who did not take a lot of damage from the thing that I just did. Daisy, help! And I'm gonna have Daisy vortex warp me back into the room.
Okay, bonus action triggers the spell. You are immediately pulled back to the space you were in.
Nope, she's gonna move me over down here, out of the way of other people.
Oh yeah, anywhere Daisy can see. Perfect.
Yeah. And that is my turn.
Okay. Telperion, you are up. You're not in sand.
All right, Telperion. His feet start burning with a little bit of flame. His sword starts with red flame. His sword starts burning with blue flame. I'm just gonna do a hop over here. So 10 of my feet of movement. Just to.
It's an awkward endeavor jumping past the partially corporeal form of the wolf. So it'll spend some additional movement. We'll say 25 for the extra 10 required to move through an ally. But
And that doesn't, my difficult terrain thing doesn't really factor on that.
Ooh, that's a good point. You know what? No, with the Yukata's ability to avoid difficult terrain, no, that's fine. Just
Okay.
15 is fine.
So 15, and then I'll, just for fun of it, hop another 15. And on my landing, I'm gonna go. Oh, as I'm like doing that vault, I'm gonna kind of like adjust my
Crown.
There's another word or whatever.
Circlet.
Circlet, and the opal in the middle is gonna shoot out this like quick beam, and then like opalescent like sparks are kind of gonna start dancing around him, and I'll cast Hunter's Mark through the crown
Okay.
on him.
He is Hunter's Marked. Bonus action done. Go ahead and take your strike.
All right,
you were not in his radiance when you started your turn, so you don't have to avoid the.
Correct. And this first one has advantage from Loaf. I'm gonna what's it called? It Moon Flame Blade it, and probably gonna be Psionicking it. 19 to hit.
Boom, you go there. Boom. 19 to hit absolutely hits.
Yeah. So this is the Moon Flame Blade. So 2d8. So 5 plus 9, or 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plus 16, 17, 18. 18 plus 6 is 24.
24
Oh,
damage
20,
with that strike.
22. 18 plus 6 is 22.
22. 18 plus 6 is 24.
24 then.
So okay, healthy hit there. You cleave part of it, scrapes harmlessly against this like enhanced wooden scale mail, but then the portions of exposed zombified decaying flesh you tear into easily.
I'm gonna D8. I'm gonna do the side strike on this too then,
Okay, go
and
ahead
add
and roll your
6, 7, 8, 9 more for force.
9
And then
more
can you do the
force.
strength saving throw?
Absolutely. 19. So this time he bears himself against the brunt of the attack.
Okay.
Than he did
I'm gonna swing a second time. Oh, I forgot my D6. 2 more damage for Hunter's Mark.
Oh, good call. Good call.
All right. Second attack, no advantage.
Indeed.
17 to hit.
17 does hit.
So, I rolled a 1 and a 2. Rerolling those. Rolling the D4.
Just
so,
because I haven't blown him up yet, I'm just gonna do that real quick. But
12 damage on the second swing.
12 damage.
Oh my god, he looks so cool. I'm gonna action surge and hit him again.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
17 to hit.
Does hit.
One of the rare times I rolled lower on my second. All right, so this is 7 plus 4 plus 3, 14 on that hit.
Okay. And final strike.
Final strike. Nat 20.
Wow, let's see this damage.
All right, so that's gonna be a 3 and a 4, so 7, and then I will roll another 2. That so plus 12, plus 4 for that swing, and then plus 2 extra 6 for the Hunter's Mark. So plus 8. That is a total of 31.
Wow. So running over here, leaping with your boots, launching and coming down with a Hunter's Mark and a flurry of blows. The few he's able to parry are easily outweighed by the several times you're cutting into him, and then with a deadly strike on the last one, and you can see him cough up some sort of like dark ichor that sort of pools down his chin, and he is heavily wounded, not dead yet.
All right, and then I'm gonna just oh wait, this is I can see there's no water on this one.
Correct.
I'm gonna just sidestep there with my last 5 feet of movement and end my turn.
Okay. That
I rolled a
will
lot of
do-
dice.
There you go. Jiri, it is you.
Alrighty. We out of here. We're flying. I guess difficult terrain.
Yeah,
Squeeze.
squeezing above those individuals and squeezing through that little gap. But with Shaggy dashing, I think you've got more than enough speed to get where you want to
He's
go.
got a 90-foot just regular.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I should have D10'd on that. It doesn't matter.
I'll get over here.
Yep.
Bonus action, make this thing my target, and then I'm gonna smack it with 2 focused sword strikes.
Okay. Focusing it on as the target. Go ahead and attack it. 18 does hit. How much damage there?
20, 19 slashing, 1 lightning.
With your first strike, how do you kill this thing?
Oh my god.
Oh,
yes.
And then for
well.
flair and flavor, what does the second strike do as well?
Jiri swings around the side here, slicing through one of its legs, and as it topples over, his second sword strike kind of just lops the head off.
Okay. Perfectly bisecting from the clavicle and the cuirass of the enhanced scale mail, just bisects, and the helm of this beast creature rolls free.
And then I absorb some of its life.
I was getting that cast, so it's burned up.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Jiri heals from the kill. Well done. That guy has been slain. Anything with your bonus action? Anything else?
No, I used everything. I'm just gonna hang out right here.
Okay, as the creature falls and its torch clatters out of its arm, the light in the torch goes out. The beacon now extinguished. Toby, you're up.
I will attach an arrow to the Tetherbind quiver and fire it
Cool.
out and get a rope out there and I'll hold on to it. And that's all Toby's going to do. The wolf is
You've
gonna
got some movement speed. That avails you of climbing if you would like to.
but I wouldn't. But it's not affixed to anything. I just shot the arrow up. I don't think I could lodge it to sustain my weight.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's probably true. If you want to do it within an angle that you can see the ceiling, I would let you make an attack roll.
Your wolf could catch it.
Yeah, but I want the wolf to finish off these same things. So I'll just do an attack roll, see if it lodges.
If you deal 10 damage, and it is going to be resistant to a basic arrow, but this is magical. If you can deal 10 damage to the ceiling with this arrow shot, it can find purchase.
Does my blessed strike work when a creature takes damage? No, it does not. So d6 plus 6. 8 damage.
50-50 chance. Okay. So it embeds itself in, but you're suspecting it might not be able to hold you.
I'll wait for something to come help pull me out. And the wolf will start attacking the creature in its space.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to try and hit it.
27?
Definitely hits.
Okay. 9 plus 9, 18 radiant.
18. With that strike, it barely has any form. It's got like half of a jackal head and barely enough structure in its torso to keep it aloft. It's kind of like shifting every which way.
One more. 24 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
For 19 max damage. Very nice.
Collapsing into the space of the one already slain beneath it, it falls to the ground too. Looks like there's only one left.
One more attack. 14 to hit.
14 just misses this creature. That'll do it for Wolf and Toby.
For me.
That creature can't move. That creature can't move. Loaf's turn.
Loaf, he goes and he does his thing. He coughs on one of the spirits, and then he comes and hangs out with me.
Okay. Air. I think he's going to continue to attack Daisy in his space. Yeah, so he's not even moving. He's just like ripping into his own area with these like bony stone claws.
Can my thing, let me read it. Can choose itself or another creature to give temps. I don't think that would work on Daisy. I don't think I could give Daisy temps.
He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I do think a construct is technically a creature. It
She is, yeah, but
healing. But got it. So we'll do 2 attacks on Daisy, both with advantage since it's in the Sand Spirit's form. A 23, and then 25. So looks like 20 points of slashing, tearing into Daisy's metal form. But otherwise, this creature looks fairly haggard and is the only remaining threat on the board. Rome, what are you up to?
Alright, so it does not appear that there's anything from like where I'm peeking out. I don't see any like enemies on this side, correct?
That appears to be true. But you could try peeking out the other side.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek out the other side.
Okay. You do see one remaining sand spirit off in the distance above that chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna produce flame.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage. Hidden, unseen attacker. $19 will hit for, looks like 9 fire damage. A healthy hit, and it is technically bloodied / structurally damaged.
Excellent. I'm gonna bonus action hide.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth, and Roulette will move on to you.
Bonus action, I'm gonna have Daisy scoot one out that way. I'm gonna move up here. I'm gonna take 2 swings at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
First one, 15.
Just hits.
Lovely. For 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Second one, 25.
Clean hit.
For 11 bludgeoning.
It's looking real rough.
And one final hit from Daisy. Oh, whoops, she's at advantage.
Yes, she does.
I hate this. I hate this.
Not quite.
How do you fail to kill this thing?
I will tell Daisy to end of turn.
Okay. Telperion, you're up.
Poke around the corner. Stride on over. Can I share space with Daisy?
You cannot.
I will have Daisy use her reaction to shrink down to an object.
Okay, she can do that. So she will disappear, becoming an object.
Don't step on her.
All right, I'll tear around the corner and run on in, ready to strike this thing. I'll use my bonus action to put the hunter's mark. A beam will shoot out from the crown again, and
okay.
a light on this guy. And I got 27 to hit.
27 does absolutely hit.
Oh, I rolled 2 2s, but I'm gonna reroll them. I rolled a 3 and a 2, so I shouldn't have rerolled them. Okay, so then I'm gonna what's it called? Manipulated. So, and then I'll add the D6 on there. This is gonna be 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 8 plus 5. 29 damage.
29 damage. How do you?
Oh shit!
Final elemental.
And it's not dead yet.
This is. How do you slay it with this?
Oh, I come on in. The little moonbeam shoots out from the crown, and I just right where the beam is, I come in and like great sword in his chest, moon flame. Up we go. Found safe.
Like throwing a vase against a wall, it just like cracks and shatters and falls to the ground. And there are no additional active threats on the board.
All right, Telperion, we got to figure out how to get you doing some damage. Just mowing through things. The wolf is gonna grab the tether vine and start
Okay.
dragging.
Pull you up. Easily doable. Onto
And I
a
will
space
get
that
back
you
on its
know is
back
not
and
cracked.
not get off again.
Critter, the doors that like opened, they disintegrated like the previous doors.
Indeed.
Okay. I am going to make my way over to here. Actually, I'll do it on the other side. Over to here, and I will take another page out of the tome for Rasfim. This is on page 6. A giant boulder from when we went underneath Mount Alathir. And I want to plop it right here.
You are able to do so. I'm not probably going to add anything to the screen real quick, but with the boulder occupying a good portion of the corridor, even as the top of the beam is able to like sneak past it and hit the mirror, you do see it's only now upward in those doorways. You guys could easily duck under the harmful effect of the light now.
Only in that last room, though.
Only in that last room.
I want to go poke the Templar's body with anyone who wants to check it out with me.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I'm gonna crawl into my hole.
Rome!
All right,
What's up?
All right, Telperion, go ahead and make an investigation check real quick.
Ooh, can he be helped by Jiri?
He can be.
We love a little help.
Good teamwork.
Nat 16 plus 7 is 23.
You find on his person his large torch, which is functionally like a maul weapon, but was just being used to brandish. And there's a series of draconic glyphs and runes adorning it. He has a gilded long sword that he was using as if it was kind of like a short sword, but for your size, it's a long sword. And it is also intricately engraved with gilded filigree along the length of it, as well as draconic runes. He's wearing unquestionably some sort of magically enhanced wooden scale mail, as well as you identify the helm that sort of rolled free. That mask is of a similar material as the magical mask that Rome or Roulette removed from the statue, and that is very likely magical as well.
That's a lot of magic. Nice finds. And what do we have in our thing at our hole at this moment?
10 dead bodies.
And pounds
Soup.
and pounds and pounds of armor.
And didn't you flood it at some point?
It's full of water.
It's a
It's-
soup.
Yeah.
It's
I was
a
like,
soup.
I like go to take it out. I'm like, this is a mess. We're not gonna deal with that right now. And I'll just go get your bag, or I'll call you. I don't know if you want to let me the bag or whatnot.
Oh, for the stop?
Yeah,
Sure.
and I'll put it all in there. What does the helm look like? Can you pull them up again?
Yeah, so it sort of detaches from the front of this helm. You can see sort of like there's, and the picture doesn't do it perfect justice, but the helm itself is not, the helm contains these points and like a sort of tassel at the top as well as a underjaw fix, but the mask itself seems to be magically enhanced and pulls free from the rest of the helm and appears to be a magical mask of some sort.
Ooh, Roulette. Can you take a look at it?
I mean, I can generally, yes. I can't like get any specific magical properties at the current time, but once we get surface side, I can take a look at it.
I just swing around the greatsword and give it a couple experimental thrusts to see if it does.
Longsword, but yeah.
Longsword.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said longsword. Does it do anything?
It
Move
doesn't
interestingly?
it doesn't indicate to your sensibilities of wielding a weapon that it's even a +1 weapon. It just is ornate and ceremonial and beautiful. But it did interact uniquely with the Deginsian light beams of this corridor.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I am peeking into the next room. Toby, you want to take a look at this next room?
How are people health wise?
Oh, also, yeah, how are people health wise?
I know Shaggy and Telperion took a lot of damage.
I'm at like a 68. I don't know. I've like, oh shit. I'm at more than that because I had temp. Wait, was the temp put on me later? I think it was. I don't think I took damage after the temp went on.
Yeah, and the temp sticks around.
I'm fine for now. At some point we might want to talk about like what do people need. I used a lot of my short rest features. I don't know if Jiri did. We're also not that long ago from a short rest, so
We need a long rest.
that's
Yeah.
true.
So I'd say we just figure out what's down here and then head back up to the top and see if we can sleep.
Actually, yeah, I like that idea.
Okay. I will.
I'm fine for now, Ben.
Oh, the light is blocked currently.
And
Only
on
the
the
bottom
bottom
left.
half of it, it will require squeezing and like ducking your head to get under it. But
We'll do that. And I'll come take a look with Rowan.
okay. Roulette, as you enter that chamber, there appears to be a single large sarcophagus, or really just a burial. What the hell are they called? It's not even, doesn't have to be a sarcophagus, but just a square burial chamber
Coffin?
for that large. Thank you. That is the word I was looking for. Just a large stone coffin with some ornate design and the relief of it, but the top is cracked in half and has been slid off of it. All around this vicinity is just sand that had billowed from it and is all within the coffin as well, as if the individual was buried, encased in sand. Go ahead and make an investigation check to check this area out. And if you're being aided by Toby, you can aid her investigation or use your own perceptive capabilities, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll make a. If I can, I'll make a perception check.
Go for it.
Hunters?
Hold on a second.
Oh god.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Roulette. It seems to be absolutely mundane sand. You dig your fingers into the depths of it, and nothing is encased in there. No gold, no potions, no rings, no scrolls. Nothing you can claw your way through in the sand of that thing appears to be available. This thing wasn't buried with any valuables. Toby Rama, the only thing you catch is under the lip of one of the sides of the coffin is just a very simple inscription in a language you recognize as primordial.
Telperion, you speak primordial?
I do.
Go take a look at this.
I go check it out.
Okay. It's in a dialect you're not familiar with, so although you can read it, it's as if we all understand English, but someone speaking Cockney is like kind of jarring. You don't quite grasp all the nuances, but you can read the text. And it indicates some version of rest, dear Goliath of Sky Cloud, Jotun descent, Rignar Zephyr Step.
Will you put that?
And then underneath it says ally of House Igmenos. I will go ahead and shove that in the chat.
So did we? Is this monolith is closed, right? This tomb thing.
No, this
No.
is where that thing climbed out of.
So that thing is this person who was resting here.
Mr. Zephyrstep, I'd assume.
Of Skycloud, Jotun descent, Rignar Zephyr Step,
He came out to
ally of House Igmenos.
he came out to kill us because the light was connected.
Because we activated the thing. We also don't know what it said on either side of the light receptacle, so we don't know why that would have happened, but
Also, why is this in primordial when everything else here is in draconic?
Do we still have that hedge witch's cane?
Yeah, I think
You
Rome
do.
uses that maybe as her spellcasting
Rome?
focus sometimes.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that let you cast comprehend languages?
Hold on a second. Wait, I feel like I gave it? Did I not give it to somebody?
I mean, we passed it around, so that's definitely possible.
Yeah, Toby, you definitely had it at some point too, but I don't know if you gave it to Rome or she gave it to you or what its current whereabouts are, but
Oh no, I still have it. Never mind. Yes, it does have comprehend languages.
it probably requires attunement for you to
Yep,
be able to use
it's
that.
not
Yeah.
attuned. And right, yep, it's not attuned.
So
If we
at
rest-
whatever time we rest, short or long, we can have someone attune that, and then we can start piecing together some more of this.
I mean, also, I guess we don't need to really understand it. We're just trying to get through here.
At the words "get through here," as I start going north, does my brain immediately connect that this connects?
Yep. And to the right, you can see another relief over there with a false panel from the inside that, upon pushing it, avails a door entrance to that side.
Gotcha. I'm assuming it's just like rubble in front of me that would have to be moved.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and on the map here, it looks like there was a thing there that was collapsed or something, but like in the theater of mind, you identify that is on the other side of the stone structure, but you think it's just part of the stonework of this place. It's not like that was an intentional corridor entrance. It's just like, yeah, 10 feet on the other side of that is the stone chamber we first entered into.
I will just get working on like clearing that path to get through there. So yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything else down here if you guys want to look, but I think it's a dead end.
I'll help Roulette clear rubble by blasting things.
Okay.
By
I'm going to
lifting
be ritually casting Detect Magic while they do that. Not helping.
All right. Well, as you guys spend a couple minutes here, Roulette and Jerry probably have to put in some heavy work for a solid 15, maybe 20 minutes to clear that pathway, but it's clearable. And you peek out into the other side and have an available escape route, so to speak. Telpian, your detect magic does trigger, and senses definitely magical mask, magical armor of the Templar. His sword and large torch maul are not innately magical, but he was using the torch as it could be used as a holy symbol.
Oh.
Not that he was casting spells through it per se, but it's sufficient to be
Okay.
used as a holy symbol.
Sounds good. I kind of check around the tomb area to like sense the region, and if I don't need it, so I'll go help them move rock.
The statues that had summoned the sand spirits in that previous chamber, you can sense a smoldering golden flame energy within them that is growing, recharging its capability. But other than that, the mirrors seem fairly mundane. There is, as you guys emerge in the sort of entrance chamber you came from, there is a glow of magic from the hole in the ceiling where the Dickensian light beam came from in the first place. Some magical source of that effect, but
Probably that thing you saw upstairs.
What kind of magic is enchanted? What kind of magic is on the armor?
I would say abjuration, in the sense that it's not really a spell, but it's just magically enhanced armor. So it's like a magic item.
And what kind of armor is it? Scale mail?
It is scale mail, but not metal scales. It's like a resilient, magically enhanced bark or wood that has been used often in this interior dungeon space so far. Go ahead and make a nature check real quick.
And then I'm gonna ask Rome if can you wear scale mail, Rome? I think that might be too high for you.
I do not have the
Well,
proficiency to wear those?
12 crit.
12. Yeah, you're not sure what wood or tree or source, what kind of natural designation this wood has. Yeah.
Could I try and determine what?
Yeah,
They're
absolutely. You can make a nature check as well. Similarly, it seems like a rare enough classification of wood that you don't necessarily recognize it.
We both agree that we can't tell what it is fully with our 12s.
Also,
It's
at
what-
a glance, just because you guys brought it up, I do think druids are available to wear medium armor if you would ever want to in the future.
Oh, scale mail is medium armor?
Yeah.
Got it. Yes.
I think it might give disadvantage on stealth checks, though.
Probably.
But anyway, it might be interesting. Wood armor is traditionally like druids usually like wood armor, so that's why I was asking. It might be fun for you to check. Like, you could attune it to see what it does.
Oh yeah, sure.
So should we go back and explore upstairs where we didn't go, or rest in a chamber preceding in that area?
I think we should try and get out.
So theoretically, getting out. You mean to go through? Keep going.
Yeah, upstairs up.
With the intent of resting or no?
I don't think so. Just getting out. I think we're pretty hardy in hell right now. I don't want to waste a whole nother day.
Yeah, let's get to the surface and then rest.
All right, then let's do a little bit of healing then.
If we get to the surface, won't we be in enemy territory?
Correct.
I mean, let's get to the exit door.
Oh, sure. Okay, that I agree.
Pushing onward after maybe an hour of exploration here, I need everyone to please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I will move us all to this map.
no.
And I'll start just dragging people onto here real quick. Assort yourselves as you wish. All right, feel free to move yourselves around this space as you wish. You can come back up here, no longer in the basement. How would we do on con saves? Roulette, nat 20, you don't need to worry about the next con save you may or may not need to do in the future since you nat 20. Let's hop zooms real quick and yeah.
Grid is so scared of getting interrupted.
It's definitely on my radar more than it was. Yeah.
Remember the days where we didn't have to do this? I miss.
Yep. All right, so Roulette, you succeed this one and don't have to make the next one. Jiri, you succeed. Rome, you succeed. Toby, you succeed. Shaggy will take a point of exhaustion unless he's immune to exhaustion somehow. Toby, succeed, and Moby succeed. Wolf
He is
does not
magical.
make it.
Shut up.
I know. I got two of them.
He is a creature that isn't like summoned and resummoned constantly. Like he's been existing for long enough that I do think he needs rest generally. So he will take a single point of exhaustion. But
anytime
probably
Shaggy
not likely
look,
to addle him.
anytime Loaf looks tired, I just pop him back into existence, refreshed, so he doesn't. This little freak.
Could use my last spell slot to do that, but we'll just I'll hop off Shaggy and maybe that'll Make it a little bit easier for him to carry on.
We could feed him loaf.
Actually, don't know what shag stallions eat.
Clouds.
That-
Dust. I feel like they're like whales. Like they've got baleen that like filter dust
I feel like they would eat fabric
and fabric too.
because it would help refix their carpeting.
Dust and fabric.
They love old mansions.
Before people start walking, I'm gonna again ask for healing since we're pushing on and not resting. How are people looking?
I'm at 68 out of 90. Well, 76 out of 90. I'm fine.
You're
for now.
down 22.
I'm
Roulette, you got
down-
hurt.
I'm good for the moment. I can, if you have a first level you want to throw at me, that would be beautiful, but nothing more than that.
Jerry's down 3. Rum, how are you looking?
24. I'm down 24.
24. Okay, then I'm just gonna do mass cure wounds to alleviate everyone. All at once.
Roll.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Give me the correct dice type.
Ah!
Bug. I swear I have D8s.
Oops.
There we go. That is 23 healing to everyone.
How much?
23.
Nice.
Oh, thanks.
Gotta get some temps.
All right, so we come to this new chamber. Moats on the side, torches along the walls, 2 doors on either side, left and right, and larger doors up ahead behind some sort of magical phenomenon.
Is the water moving?
Go ahead and make a survival check or nature check. It seems almost imperceptible, except at the very corners you walked in, where it speeds up slightly. There is intentionally some sort of groove in the earth where it is filtering down further below. And therefore, you can imagine is coming from the chamber up ahead.
The other end of
where
the
moats
chamber.
originate. But yes, there is a flow. And I know we're almost at end of the session time, but we can poke around for a second if we want, or we can call it here, whatever you guys prefer.
Well, I'd like to poke in a room.
Okay.
Pretty really quick, are these torches hot?
They seem identical to the continual flame of golden flame from the previous chambers, and they are not hot.
I'm gonna take one out, dip it in the water.
From the indication of your spot, it does begin to glow gold, and now you can see the flow moving away from the door up ahead.
Can I open the door in front of me?
You can. It appears to have once more just an iconography relief on encasing the whole door, but there is no lock. You push it open, and the first thing you see on the other side is
Bugs.
if I can click this thing.
Jesus.
First thing you see, staring directly at you, a jackal statue.
I peer around the room.
Okay. You peer. There's a couple ceremonial urns, iconography on the ground, a closed sarcophagus, an open coffin with a mummy encased in linen wrappings inside. Pretty 2 continual flame torches on the side. Nothing moving, nothing immediately threatening you. you do see more primordial text around the base of the jackal statue. And cradled in the jackal statue's hands, not a vase this time, but a single 1 foot by 6 inch stone tablet.
Y'all get in here. There's stuff. What is on? What is a tablet? I'm just gonna step in the room. What does a tablet say?
Does not say anything. It is once more a missing piece of a, or possibly an overlaying piece of a drawing of some sort, and it indicates some portion, some individual with like some sort of circlet on his head, bald, robed, and reaching toward the left side of the tablet and grasping what appears to be like maybe 1/2 of like a long rod with like a semicircle above the rod. This individual seems to have like cracks in his skin.
No aging gaze from the.
It does not appear to be the case, no. And again, the tablet doesn't write anything, but below the statue, etched into the base, is a little epigraph of text.
What's that say?
So that says, I'll go ahead and just throw this in. It says, "Hail to Clan Igmenos, who offers protection to the disciples of Daginsia and bears witness to the Golden Flame's radiance."
I'll read that to the crew.
And again, it's kind of jarring and off, like it's difficult to sort of relay the information because it's sort of not the right dialect that you're as familiar with Orin, but that you and
I'm
Judy
gonna
both.
see if either of these coffins give an undead ping.
You open your senses, and neither of them do.
Okay.
Investigation checks.
Sure. You want to investigate the rest of the room?
Then coffins. Sure.
No guidance while I've got my wolf out.
12.
12. You poke and prod at some of the remains here. Some of the urns have a couple handfuls of coin in their base. There's a single small diamond resting next to the neck of with an open coffin mummy. Rather small diamond, but it is there.
Let's pocket the lot.
Okay. I'll hit you after with quantities.
He's out of this room?
I'll pick up on the other door.
Yeah. Did you push on it? Open
I gently toe tap it open, yes.
Okay. Once more,
What?
it reveals an area as such that you are welcome to move into. You are greeted by a large maned owl looking directly at you. You are not encased in golden flame.
Is there more primordial I can see?
There is not. There's actually Elvish text on the base of this maned owl. And again, an empty sarcophagus coffin and another closed one. Sort of the same deal as the other side. The only difference being the text of inscription at the base. And this one says, "Hail to the great house of Gildegard, who shepherd the golden flame beyond even the light of sun and Daginsia."
No tablet?
holding a different but similar tablet. Telperion, you can make a history check.
Like this. And will you throw the text in the chat? You're done.
Yes.
That's a natural one.
Okay. All right.
Loot the room in peace.
Okay. You're able to gather another couple handfuls of coin, no gemstones available in this vicinity. Do you take the stone tablets from each room?
No.
Not
Do they
yet.
seem removable?
Yeah, it's like sort of just cradled in the statue's hand, like a shelf. It's just set onto the shelf.
I'm not touching that.
Does it look like it would meet up and make the whole of the staff that was cut in half on the other one?
It does indeed.
So
On the right, this individual, pointed-eared, pointed-eared, not cracks in its skin like the individual from across the way, but this one sort of with a halo of like a circular halo behind its head, pointed ear, also robed, extending its arm toward the right side of this tablet and completing the other side of some sort of staff with a circle above it.
So we'll just keep an eye out if we see something that needs those to fit in, or...
Speaking of that, okay, yeah, let's go to the gold circle and see if there's anything there. That looks like it would slot 2 tablets.
What you got, Jerry?
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, you guys arrive there, and there's a glowing vortex of just slowly suspended golden reflective sand particles just swirling in that area.
It looks like sand, guys. What should we do?
Can you blow it away with your fan?
Alright, I'll give it a try. And I cast Gust with my fan. Actually, I can just cast Gust, but I'll pretend I'm using the fan.
As you cast Gust, it does not seem like these are physical particles suspended in place that are subject to wind currents. These are magically suspended bits of ethereal golden sand.
It's magic sand, guys. Even worse than regular sand.
I take a bit of jerky out from my pocket. I say, "All right, Loaf." I throw the jerky in the dead center of the circle.
Jesus Christ, I love this.
You put Loaf in the circle.
Yeah,
Well, Loaf puts himself in the circle. Let's say that.
that's with voluntary.
Just throw him
Let me
in.
see something here.
Loaf launch.
Okay. Loaf flutters into this space and then just seems to move a little more slowly.
Loaf.
And it's not affecting his buoyancy. Even though his wings are fluttering far less frequently, it's not like he's falling.
And there's just sorry.
Communicate with him telepathically and see if he sounds like he's in slow motion.
How's it going in there, buddy? Oh my god, that's low.
I'm trying to think.
I thought you were doing an impression of him.
I'm trying to understand the rules at play here.
Folded space time and Critter's head.
I know, I love that it's Loaf that gave him greater pause than rule today.
That's funny. You hear a very, very dull noise. That's it.
Okay, I give him a mental command to get out of the circle.
Okay. He remains in there.
Uh-oh.
I have a Daisy vortex warp Loaf out of the circle, or attempt to vortex warp Loaf out of the
Okay.
circle.
Assuming Loaf allows it to happen,
Oh, yeah.
Loaf is shunted out of the circle satisfyingly, and says, "Hey, Telperion, did you try and talk to me in there?
I did, buddy. How was it?
I thought you said something. I was trying to come to you. You just didn't give me any time to come back."
Oh, I see. So that is not. It was just a really quick moment that you were in the house.
Well, yeah, and when you were talking to me, it sounded like different.
Oh, like really slow and long.
No, really fast. But I knew it was you, so I was coming back to you. But you pulled me
You did
back
great, buddy.
before I even had the chance to turn around.
Well, thank you. Great contribution. Thank you.
And the door is right on the other side of this. I'm assuming we can't get to the door without like entering this space. I'm assuming.
Correct, but you can see the door.
What about a good old-fashioned dispel magic?
Realm?
I could dispel that magic.
Are you intending to try?
Yes.
Is there a lock on the door?
It seems rather similar to the one from the chamber you exited from last session, where there don't appear to be any handholds, open holds. It just seems like a relief.
Got it. Okay.
While she's focusing on the dispel magic, Critter, just really quick, I'm gonna stick a torch. I'm gonna take one torch and I'm gonna put it in the water here, and one torch and put it in the water here, and I'm just gonna plop it in.
You're able to do so. Both torches sink to the bottom, about 10 feet deep, and are not swept away. The flow is not sufficient to sweep the torch a little heavy enough, but trickling now from those locations, golden water turning cold flows downward, not toward the door, but away from it. Rome, what spell slot are you using to cast Dispel Magic? Fourth?
4.
Okay. Go ahead and please roll a wisdom check.
Oh,
Wow.
Oof.
Can I use a point of inspiration to re-roll that?
You may.
Wait.
That's fine. Even on the second one, I don't know if I can actually do this because I don't know if it's.
It is an ability check.
Ability
that's
check.
Taking place.
I will. I'll basically just start ranting off the spell mechanics of haste as a spell, saying that if you can incorporate some of this, it should help with dispelling the slow magic that's happening here to give +4 to that ability.
That's
check.
cool.
Eyes.
Heck yeah.
With an 18 and adjusting your perception of what you should be applying here, Rome, you sort of switch tactics. You were meeting resistance and you felt like you were close to penetrating the source of this magic, but it wasn't quite working. But with Roulette's suggestion, bumping your 14 to an 18, you do feel all of a sudden a release of magic as sand just falls to the ground in that space.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Now, looking at the door, does it look like there's a space where tablets would go? Thinking about the ones that we saw in those back rooms.
Now that you're able to get closer, there do appear to be small little half-inch deep pegs throughout the relief pattern that tablets, and so far the tablets you know have had little hole recesses in the back of them. Yes, tablets could fit somewhere here.
Do the owl one first, just in case.
I go fetch some tablets. Come back with some tablets. Slot the owl one in.
No, I meant retrieve the owl one first.
Oh, I get the owl one first. Come back. Get it to roulette. Get the other one.
You identify where that figure is, and you slot it into place, the owl one, and it slots into place.
Then we do the next one.
Jackal.
You go grab the jackal, and as you complete this picture, the staff that's kind of at the seam of this door with the circle at the top was not on the relief, but the figures were outstretching their hand and like holding their hands up toward one another. And now that you fit the tablets on, they're now holding a staff upright with sort of a glowing beacon of circle there. And as you fit those in, the circle shines with a golden light and then flecking away into dust the entire door. And I'll say, I'll go ahead and reveal the entire next chamber, and we'll call it there.
Is this a chamber with beds in it?
It does not appear
Big
so.
mummy man. That's a battle map if I've ever seen one.
Guys, I think I found the tube.
We're at full health.
Yeah, a few spells.
Any sort of thing here.
I'm down in action
Grab-
surge.
Since
But
it is no longer
Still have puffy armor on.
that's true.
since it's no longer of import, Roulette, give me an Arcana check real quick.
Oh no.
You bastard. If you reveal something about this fucking water that I should have caught, I'm going to be so upset. 17.
It's a
17
water.
meets the DC, or it exceeds the DC needed to better understand retroactively that the golden sand thing. If Loaf was slowed, but for him it seemed like normal time, you think if you guys who have spell effects active had stepped in there, as the world and time moves quickly around you, those spell effects may have been rapidly reduced to their end duration, depending on how long durations are. So like a minute, probably guaranteed it would have killed off any minute spells. You're not sure how long, much longer, but you get the sense that, oh, that was a ward against magical interference for individuals entering this place.
Thanks.
Loaf's the best little science experiment. He's like the rat in every little test.
So we will pick back up
Big
from
little
here
laptop.
next time we gather.
Would I still have my Hunter's Mark active, which is an hour?
At this moment, yes.
Okay.
Probably half an hour has passed since that.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
And similarly, if Conjure Celestial or
Yep.
Summon Celestial, I forget which one it is, if that's also an hour duration, you're halfway through.
Yep.
Halfway there.